Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to After Credits, episode 128. The
Yeah.
show, it's too hot. It's too hot to live. It's too hot to operate. It's so hot, I forgot to shut my door. Uh-oh, I'll have to do that in
Would
a
you
second.
say it's getting hot in here?
Yes, and I'm not taking off all my clothes. Doing that, no. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a great day. I think I need to make another new intro. I was watching that. I was like, we haven't covered half those shows I put in that intro. Like, we didn't do Wednesday. We didn't do Game of Thrones or Euphoria that much. I feel like we need to update it again for the back
Yeah.
half of the year.
Yeah, just throw all the new stuff in there. It's going to be like half
Yeah.
animated stuff, though.
Yeah, we'll have to put in some Friendly Neighborhood, some lanterns, some I don't know. Update it. What's
Was Dexter in there?
Yes, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I should know.
Maybe more predominantly Dexter oriented.
Yeah, let's
There's
just
some
see. It's the whole Dexter intro.
Yes.
Just know their show.
We need to do a Dexter intro in the style of the Marvel Studios logo. Somebody get on that right now in chat. Thank you.
If someone does that, I will use it every now and again when we have a Dexter theme.
I will pay you 2 Dexter sandwich pickles for that intro.
What up, Jordan? Hey, buddy. How's it going? It was 93 degrees today. It's currently 93 degrees today. At least it was as I was coming home. It was like 91 degrees as I was coming home today.
Jeez. Yeah, it was warm today for me, but not that bad.
We're looking at almost like 100 degrees later during the week, like around 4th season. Do you work in like air conditioning? Do you have like an air conditioning house?
Yes, there's So there's some air, which is nice.
Okay.
Luckily, I'm not like outside or in a place where there's no AC whatsoever. If the AC ever does go down, then we have a problem.
Yeah, I'm outside.
I'm so sorry.
Hello, Angela. Hello. How's it going? Okay, tell me a random fact as I go shut my door.
A random fact. Oh, did you know that the prime minister the CEO of IKEA was named the Prime Minister of Sweden? His first order of business in office is to assemble his cabinet. That was terrible.
That was not a fact.
I mean, it is a fact, kind of.
Fair enough.
A fact joke.
Fair enough. But yeah, we got some things today. It's I think we're in kind of slow season a little bit. Honestly, thank God we decided to do our 97 go through because we would have had
nothing to talk about.
Just Superman, which is a 20-minute episode which I love, but
well, I would have had to talk about Backrooms and Obsession again for like a 4th week in a row.
All right, Taz, give us whatever the heck you have on Backroom.
Okay. Well, you see, there was a little bit of news that came out today. Number one, the movie's going to come out on digital pretty soon. The theatrical run is pretty much over. It's coming out in a few days. But there is a extended release of the Backrooms that is going to be hitting theaters. Note, this is not an extended cut of the film. It's the standard theatrical run, but it's got an extra 15 minutes worth of footage at the end of it. It's called Backrooms Everything Must Go Edition. So, tying into, the old furniture store lore and everything like that. Basically what has been said about it, what Kane Parsons has said about it, from a post on Discord or whatever, is basically this is just some additional footage. I think there's maybe like an interview or something with him, but people who are fans of his YouTube series are going to enjoy the extra content that there is at the end of the movie here. So it's not going to change the meaning of the film. It's not going to add any additional scenes or anything like that. This is not a director's cut, an extended cut. This is just the exact same film, but it's going to have some extra kind of like, it's basically the movie plus bonus features is what you should think about it as. And that's going to get a re-release in about a week or so. I think next weekend. I think I heard July 7th is what was being rumored there. There's been like somewhat of like a soft official announcement, but this is more so coming from Mr. Kane Parsons himself, who is not 20 anymore, who is now 21 years old. So there you have it.
Groundbreaking stuff, just great.
Groundbreaking, riveting.
No, I mean it's cool. I hope everyone that's a fan of that is happy. Obsession's out on digital tomorrow. It is out on digital tomorrow. I'm actually very excited to have all the reaction channels and stuff get their grubby hands on it, and hopefully a lot more people that didn't see it in cinemas get to know.
I was about to say, if you've not seen the movie in theaters, just be prepared for the whole movie to be posted on your TikTok if you haven't already seen the whole movie on your TikTok feed.
I think it might be scarier at home. Like most of the movie is like set in like a bedroom or something like that, and so like
it
might be like like what's
I can definitely imagine people like it, like it's the beginning of like a Scream movie where they're like sitting down watching the horror film or something. It can be pretty creepy at home, but I think it was such an experience to see it in theaters. I'm glad that was the first time that I saw it.
Me too.
It is. I think both Obsession and Backrooms are movies meant to be seen on a first viewing inside in the theater. Just again to get that kind of like communal experience. I think as well. Just like not a lot of movies nowadays. I feel like you need that theater experience. Like not since Infinity War and Endgame and stuff like that had I felt like I had to go to the theater to see it. But this year's, it's kind of different. Again, Obsession, Backrooms, what played as a trailer before I saw Supergirl this past weekend. Odyssey is coming out this month as well, which is go see that thing on the largest screen possible. If you're one of the lucky few that have one of those like 70 millimeter IMAX theaters around you and you have the time and the money to go to it, do it, because it looks like it's going to be quite the experience on something like that. I know that they had a release like that for Oppenheimer a few years ago, but if you can do it. It seems again like it's going to be quite the theatrical experience there.
I mean, I can make an argument that like any movie is better in a cinema versus at home. I try and see what I can. My goal recently has been like once a week, and so I'm like, okay, like either Friday or Saturday I try and force myself to go and get out, and because I don't have a lot of like second places either, like it's home work, and so like I don't go to coffee shops or bars a lot, so it's like movie theaters and movies and having that experience and stuff is I always love it. Which I guess we can talk a little bit about Supergirl, because you saw Supergirl this week.
I did.
I got a pipeline coming out.
Wearing the crypto shirt, represent.
Wearing the crypto shirt. I did pipeline on it. I'll be coming out Thursday. Okay. I did Jordan's show where we all kind of vented for about 2 hours on the movie. I think it's fine.
Well, then I guess I might have a hot take that I actually kind of enjoyed it. I liked it.
That's fine.
I liked it. I thought it was good. I mean, it is like it's a fun like summer blockbuster movie. Like I feel like it's it's like the superhero movie of the year. I think it is like it's not like the greatest thing to ever be released. Like certainly I think that there are better superhero films. Sure. But I think that this is a unique take on Supergirl for like the big screen, right? Is we've gotten the kind of Elseworlds version of Supergirl that we saw in the Flash movie a couple of years ago. Of course, we had Melissa Benoist's version of Supergirl on the CW for the for that entire run there, and then the only other time we had a Supergirl movie was the movie from 1984 or something like that. So that is everybody's extent of Supergirl. If you think Supergirl, it's mostly going to be the CW version, which again, I love her version of Supergirl. I think she's great. But
Superman.
I was gonna say, watching this movie, it made me realize how much that is literally just Clark Kent in a skirt. Like that. That's all she. Right. Like, which I think worked for the CW because we didn't have a Superman at that time, in a very similar way that Oliver Queen basically was Batman that shot arrows for the longest time. right? But now they actually get to kind of, you know, go into the comic side of things. And I think that is going to be where people are lost a lot on this film because it's based off of the Woman of Tomorrow comic. Number one, that is kind of like the biggest inspiration for the story of this movie. Initially, the movie was even titled Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, just like the comic
It
book.
was.
And then it seems like partway through development, a lot of that tone kind of shifted into being, you know, inspired by Woman of Tomorrow, but then, you know, was allowed to take their own liberties, which I think in some regards worked, in some regards didn't. I'm not going to go into spoilers for those who haven't read the comic book or haven't seen the movie. But the biggest deviation that the film makes is kind of the central overall message of it, like kind of the end point is vastly different in both renditions of the story. And depending on how you felt about that end in the book is going to then dictate how you feel about the end to the movie here. And again, I'm talking about this from from the context of like the actual content of the movie, the actual story of the movie. We don't have to get into all of the other nonsense as to, you know, why people aren't going to see it, why people are hating on it without even watching it. It's just, you know, typical internet nonsense, especially when you have a movie like this. It is, you know, obviously a female-led superhero film. In my opinion, I think one of the best. I'm thinking back on a lot of them. I think it's one of the most consistent. Like I'd say outside of this, Wonder Woman and the first Captain Marvel were kind of up there for me, but I think Captain Marvel kind of fell apart in a couple areas, and the Uncanny Valley, Sam Jackson de-aging kind of did it for me. And then I think Wonder Woman just kind of fell apart in that third act. Here, I think it was more consistent.
Really?
But again, as somebody who is again a fan of the original comic book story, I understand why it didn't work for a lot of people. But I went to go see this movie with my brother on a Friday night. We both had fun, and I think that's all you can really ask for is that it was a fun time. I enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, that was good. Do I want to, you know, go out and rush to watch it again? Not necessarily. Will I watch it again when it comes out on HBO Max? Certainly. Am I gonna buy it on, you know, Blu-ray, digital, whatever? Maybe, maybe not. But I think just as an introduction to this character and to this version of the character for the DCU, it did what it was supposed to do. It worked. It served its purpose, and now we'll lead into Man of Tomorrow, knowing who this DCU version of Kara is.
I think that's the movie's strength, is that like Millie is incredible, and it actually made me excited for Man of Tomorrow in a world I wasn't that excited for Man of Tomorrow. I think it's, you know, for me, I'm not trying to yuck a yum, just like from my perspective, like,
yeah,
I love it. I didn't hate it though either. Like, I think some of the reviews are insane. I think some of it's like dialed up to, like, I think most of it is like, sort of my opinions, but railed up to like a 10, where I'm like, okay, that's an extreme version of how I feel. Like, I thought it was the most like middle of the road comic book movie. It's fine. It has its problems. I thought the editing was a bit not great. I thought some of the script was not great. I think the end, it kind of finds its footing. Like, I love I think the thing they changed in the comic was the moment where I'm like, oh, they did something really interesting. Like, I felt like it was very like color by number, and then they did that thing. I was like, oh, like
it almost
that.
like
like that a lot.
It justified its existence in a way by the end, right? It was as just something that wasn't just a retelling, right? It made it make sense in the fact that they had deviated from that story from the beginning, right? Is because we were going to go to a different endpoint. If we had deviated a ton and then still ended up at the same destination, then it would have been like, okay, well, why did you make those changes? But more of those changes made sense by the time we got to the end of the film. And I think that worked for me. And again, I think the cast was really good. Again, I think Millie as Kara, as Supergirl, was great. I liked her in the one scene that she was in Superman. Yeah. I think David Cornsweet, again, as Superman in this movie was great and further proved why he's a great choice for Superman. Crypto is Crypto. You know, he's great as always. Maybe tear up a couple times. And Jason Momoa as Lobo, also, I thought really good, even though he, you know, couldn't find his accent all throughout the movie. Yeah. But, you know, I think
I
he was
liked
good.
Lobo himself. I don't think he really fit.
Yeah.
Like it kind of felt like they're kind of like trying to shoehorn him.
It was just like, where
Get in
can we
there.
fit him in just to get him in the universe, and then we can do whatever we want to do with him. It's just like, all right, we kind of have room for an extra character. Let's just throw him in there. We're not doing the Space Horse, so like Jason Momoa can be in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever felt like so indifferent about a comic book movie too.
Really?
Like I don't hate this movie by any means. Like I think what's the like variety thing where it's like this movie broke into my house and shot my dog, it's that bad, or like something like that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
what
I mean, half the people that are reviewing this movie act like Krem personally came to their house and shot their dog with this like tranquilizer dart. Like that's how they're acting. They're like this movie literally shot their dog, but like no, it's not bad.
No,
like, and I think that that's okay to be like. It's okay to be an okay movie, right? Like that's why we have a like 1 through 5, 1 through 10 scale, is because if it falls somewhere between like a 5 to a 7, that's average. Like that's good. That's okay.
Normalize. I think I do really think we need to bring back the word mid as it's supposed to, because like to me this is a mid movie. It's a whatever, middle of the road. That does not mean I hate the movie. That does not mean I think it's bad. I don't think it's awful. I think it's fine. It's whatever. It has some room where it could grow. It could have been a lot worse though.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good.
Sure. Sure. Let's go through some of this chat here. Hello, my X-Men. Hello, Jeffrey. How's it going? Typically, I would agree every movie should be seen in theaters, but it's hard to justify it with those ticket prices. I'm not sponsored, although they should. I am such a big supporter of the membership for your local cinema. If you're going to the cinema more than 2 times a month, get a membership. You pay like $20 a month and you can see any movie you see for the rest of the year. And then you get discounts on the snacks and stuff like that. You get like a free thing for your birthday and stuff. And if you're someone like us who like, I try and go once a week, it pays for itself easily without it. So if you're going,
it's like Xbox Game Pass, but for movies.
Even if you're just going this summer, like this summer is crazy where there's a new movie every week. Just get it just like for the summer, and you don't even have to go like the rest of the year, and you're getting a bargain off of it. But like again, I get it. I get it. Not everyone goes enough to like justify that. But if you're seeing everything to the scale that we are. Yeah,
I went more in the last month than I did in the last year.
I feel like you had, yeah.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the last movie that I went to go see in theaters before Obsession was it Superman?
A Scream, right?
I didn't see Scream in theaters.
You didn't? I thought you went.
No, I watched everything leading up to it. I was going to. I planned on it.
Oh, it went
and then
on
I could never sync it up.
it?
Yeah, it went on digital so quickly, and I never synced up going with my brother at the end of last year.
All right.
So I think it might have been Superman.
Okay.
I think I saw 2 movies in theaters last year. The re-release of Revenge of the Sith early on in the year. What was that, like May? And then I saw Superman in July of last year. That was it.
Fair enough.
Everything else I waited on. Like, I didn't even go see Fantastic Four, remember? Yeah. But
well,
like
welcome
I said,
back
I'm gonna go.
The movie
I'm gonna go see Backrooms a second time. Odyssey this month, and Spider-Man, and then I might be all movied out until
the year,
like like September, October time. Yeah. Well, Clayface is coming out what, October? Yeah.
Serenity's in the chat. Hello. I'm on my own X-Men animated journey, watching all of 92 and 97 on to season 2's Reason. Finished season 5 today, and tomorrow I'm watching X-Men 97 season 1. I'm ready for that Wednesday drop, baby. Me too. I'm
nice.
They I don't know if you've seen this, but Dave's Hot Chicken did like a meal for it. Did like a
really
like a promo meal, which I was like, I don't know why that got me excited, but like I was like, when was the last time? Actually, I don't know if a Disney Plus show has ever done a partnership with like a restaurant like that and did like Happy Meal toys to go with it. Like that's awesome.
Well, if you remember during Fallout Season 2, they also did a collaboration with Dave's Hot Chicken for the stim pack. And I remember my brother and we literally called all of the different Dave's Hot Chickens around us. Hey, do you guys have the Fallout stim pack? No, sorry, we're all out. Do you guys have the No, so we literally could not get it because they were all out by the time we, had decided to try to go get them. And like people were like reselling them on eBay for like $100 or something stupid. So no Fallout stim pack for us.
This is fun. My DCU ranking. Okay, so what would your DCU ranking be out of the 4?
Worst to best.
Sure.
Number 4, Creature Commandos. Number 3, Peacemaker Season 2. Ooh. Number 2, Supergirl. Number 1, Superman. And that pains me to say because for the last year, I came on this show and said Supergirl is going to be better than Superman. And I'm willing to eat my shoe on that one. But, I gave it a fair shake, but it's still number 2.
I'll go Supergirl 4.
Okay.
It's tough because I do think they are all about the same quality for me. Where it's just like all kind of middle of the road for me. Like not bad. I'm not saying any of these are bad, but they're kind of like.
But they have like redeeming qualities though. Okay. Like they all have redeeming qualities for me, except for Creatures. I thought Creatures was just like. I didn't love that one. Like I had wished that it was just like an animated movie. You did. I liked Peacemaker Season 2 I think the music was really good in Season 2. Mm-hmm. And that's like a weird thing to say that like that's the reason I liked it, but I did like the music and I still listen to a lot of that music just like on a daily basis. It's on my playlist. And then again, Supergirl because I like Woman of Tomorrow. If you can make me big, you can see I actually have there we go. Woman of Tomorrow. Little thingy there that actually just came in, and then Lobo's right next to her. But
I just bought the comic. I just
really?
bought it because I want to read it.
Nice.
All right, I'll go Supergirl, Peacemaker, because they really dropped the ball in the back half. They really dropped. I was so disappointed. Then I'd go Creatures number 2. Would probably be number 1 if they nailed the final episode, but I thought the final episode was kind of bad. Like, yeah. I mean, I thought the episode itself wasn't bad, but it was like, oh, so you didn't do anything. Like you didn't finish any of these plot lines, and a lot. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. And then probably Superman number 1, which is crazy because I'm not like the biggest Superman guy. Like I liked it, but I didn't like love it like a lot of people did. So
yeah,
here's the lanterns.
So I guess before we move on, if we've got the time, just what's the morale looking like right now? We're 4 projects into the DCU. We've been talking about it, hyping it up for the last like 2 to 3 years. Now we're finally kind of in it. How do you feel with what we've now seen and where we know that we're going? Do we have confidence that James Gunn is going to pull this off? Or, for the first time in history, is the gun going to jam?
I'm trying to be objective because, like, I'm not loving it. If I'm being completely honest.
Okay. Like, be brutal. Be brutally honest. James Gunn is right in front of you, and this is your one shot to have him fix the direction of the DCU.
If he's in front of me, I'm absolutely glazing him. I'm absolutely the greatest thing I've ever
seen. Mr. Gunn.
Yeah, just give me Superman Lois season 5, please. Again, like I said during our ranking, I'm like, I think it's been fine. I think it's been an okay start. It's not a bad start.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, there's no Thor, Love, and Thunder qualities of anything here. It might be my least favorite start to a cinematic universe I've personally seen, though. You look to the MCU starting with, like, Iron Man. It's such a strong start. You start with the Arrowverse, and, you can look at, Arrow's first 2 seasons and the Flash's first season.
Yeah.
Like even the DCU, which I am not a big fan of, like what is actually there, but I think they're quality films, even if I'm not a fan of said films.
Yes. I do agree with, like, Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman are better made films, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even if the story's not as good, like they're more cinematic movies.
And it feels more like a plan. Like so far, it's kind of just been like, all right, just
it feels like a
stuff.
bunch of disconnected. It feels like James Gunn just took me to the comic book shop and said, okay, pick that book, that book, that book, and that book. Read those, and that'll make sense when I give you this book later on.
Hey,
which, like, I guess, like, that it makes sense. That's what he's trying to do. But it also feels so convoluted and out. Like, and now we're about to get Lanterns, and then we're about to get Clayface, which is part of it, is not part of it. I still don't know.
Wait, what?
Is Clayface Elseworlds or it's canon? Okay, it's Clayface is canon, and then next year we've got Man of Tomorrow, and also the Batman Part 2, which is Elseworlds now.
Probably the Jimmy Olsen show
and probably Creatures Season 2 as well.
That is shortly after. Yeah.
Yeah. So it just like, I'm guessing our Man of Tomorrow is our first like Justice League Avengers level team up movie because it's Superman, it's Supergirl, it's Lex, it's the
Hawks and Green Lantern.
The Hawks, yeah. And I was about to say the Justice Society, but what are they called? The Justice
Peacemaker's
Gang.
Rumored. He's not confirmed though, so we'll see.
Yeah, and like I guess is Rick Flag Sr. gonna be the big bad? Like I saw some people saying like he's the first. But yeah, but like he's the big bad of the movie. But is Rick Flag Sr. like kind of like an overarching big bad?
I'm done with him already. I'm Peacemaker was my like I'm good. I actually am excited for Deathstroke and Bane. I see people shitting on this. like why are they doing this? Like I love both Deathstroke and Bane. Like I don't know, like people are like it's random, but I'm like I don't know, they're two big Batman villains. I don't know. I don't feel like I don't think it's random.
Wait, what is wait. So I feel like I'm out of the loop. What is Deathstroke versus Bane?
Well, it's not. I don't know if it's versus, but it's a project with both Deathstroke and Bane in it. Basically.
Oh, okay.
Like that's literally all we know, and like the internet's like it's evil, and I'm like, I don't know. That sounds more exciting than Clayface, just based on like a concept. I don't know. Like
maybe it's Deathstroke and Bane competing to see who can kill Batman first or something.
I mean, I'll say that I'm way more excited for that than the Jimmy Olsen show.
Yeah. Well, also too, we're like now on year 2 of the DCU, and we don't even have a Batman casting. We don't have a Batman shortlist.
Yeah, I think we can blame Matt Reeves. I mean, not blame Matt Reeves. I'm happy the Batman Part 2 is happening, but I think they're really focused in on the Batman coming out first.
Which means I don't think we're going to get a Batman Part 3. Maybe but I mean, imagine. But Batman Part 2 is going to do.
If it makes money, it makes money.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to do so much better than these. And I guess we can segue this into. I'm sure you pulled up the box office stuff for Supergirl, but it's projected now to lose money. Which is shocking.
Great.
Not great. Quite shocking to me. Is it seemed like the calculations that people are doing. It's about 150 to 200 million production budget, and then another say 100 million for 50 to 100 for marketing and everything like that. So it needs around 300 million to just kind of break even and be like a content film. But it seems like what projections are that it's going to come up like 80 shy, 85 shy.
Yeah, and I think I mean I've been saying it for basically the whole year. It's a terrible spot for Supergirl. It was always a bad spot for him.
Yeah,
it was coming out the week after one of the biggest movies of this decade, which is Toy Story 5, following Minions, which has historically been one of the biggest franchises of the last 10 years, following things like Moana and The Odyssey.
Do you think they do you think they soloed it? Like Solo: A Star Wars Story was it not well received when it came out because it was dropped at a really weird time. That they just made a miscalculation as far as where to put the movie, and that it's not necessarily bad, but that the general consensus around the universe at that point was so negative that it was projected onto this film that even though, maybe it's not the greatest thing, it's being amplified as far as negativity goes just because people were wanting more. And again, you do have that sect of the fan base, or quote unquote fan base, that are going to hate on this movie just because, again, it's a female-led superhero film. That is, a problem in and of itself. Then you, of course, have the critics and your general review sites that have not been very nice to it. Like, there are some headlines that I've seen from like big outlets that I'm like, I'm surprised you're actually like saying that in the title of your review.
Sure.
But again, to each their own. But I just think that it was given the short end of the stick, and I think unfortunately this is going to add some more fuel to the fire of like Batgirl was canceled for a reason. But I mean, I guess in there's one universe where this is exactly how the release of Batgirl went. If it were to have come out, if it was as much of a mess as the studio thought it was, but then that also, I guess, doesn't give the people who didn't like this movie much hope in future DC projects. When James Gunn came out and said that this was one of the most polished scripts, and that this was like a very like finished, polished film, when again the general consensus is that it was not.
But like that's why it got fast tracked too. Like it like got like brought to the.
It almost feels like it was. I think it was rushed.
Could have been.
In a lot of ways, I think that it was rushed because they got Superman out. Superman was popular enough, and Gunn was like, okay, we need to do something to keep people hooked. And they're like, Supergirl, you're like kind of basically already done. Like, Woman of Tomorrow already exists, so just make some changes, go do it.
I think that's already was fast tracked before Superman even came out. Like, I don't think it was based on the success. Although I could see them being like, we want back-to-back summers of Super, which I do kind of get to an extent, which we're doing now 3 with Man of Tomorrow, which will be coming out this time next year.
Which is also kind of weird because it makes it feel like this is just a Superman universe.
Yeah, I get it. I do have a couple of DC things I want to go through really quickly.
Yeah, keep going.
That aren't really Superman. This goes into the whole Jimmy Olsen thing. Actually, we have a lot of like TV show news for DC Studios I want to talk about. Listen, I have not been excited for the Jimmy series. Jimmy was easily my least favorite part of the Superman movie. I thought atrocious. I hated him so much. But casting has begun for the Jimmy Olsen / Gorilla Grodd series. They are looking for a comedic actor to play Gorilla Grodd. Other powered characters will appear in the series alongside a lawyer. Will begin production in August after Man of Tomorrow, first reported by us. I don't like we're looking for a comedic actor for Gorilla Grodd. That scares me. If this is true, if this is accurate, listen, this is what we did with King Shark, which I was relatively okay with. King Shark, I was like, all right, whatever. Like I've had my CW King Shark, and I enjoyed him enough. But I love Gorilla Grodd. I really like him. I think
and he's a serious character to me. Yeah. And like, even think about like the animated series versions and things like that. Like, he's never been a comedic character.
I could see him being one, but I don't want him to be. You know what
I mean? What's the source on this one? What's their credibility?
Everyone's reporting on it. It's being pretty heavily reported. Again, take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
As we do all of these kind of topics, but it would line up to me. We've had, Victor Frankenstein's kind of a goofier character, and King Shark's a goofier character, and a lot of like James Gunn loves these like big brutes that are also a little goofy.
Short card that is
goofy. Like
that is correct. However, that was Legends, so take that for what you will.
If I had a nickel for every time Gorilla Grodd appeared in a comedy DC series, I would have 2 nickels. Yeah. But even then, though, like the character himself is serious.
Yes.
It's just like
it's the scenario that he's
world.
in is unserious.
Yeah, like he's like, I am going to kill you. It's just silly because it's Barack Obama of all characters. Like that's the funny bit. He's not joking. He's not like, all right, Flash, I'll get you next time. Like I don't know. Like we're gonna get fucking like John Mulaney to play Gorilla Grodd, and it's gonna be awful.
Oh wait, okay, so answer this for me because I didn't look at the cast. Was the little guy on like the space bus that Supergirl? Yeah, was that Seth Rogen?
100% Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Okay.
1,000, which is
okay.
I rubbed my eyes with all of his scenes. I was like, all right, whatever. Yeah. This is a very James Gunn kind of character. Whatever.
It's so weird. Again, we don't have to harp on this, but like for the first non-James Gunn DCU project, it was so James Gunn, and to use your word, James Gunn coded. Like it felt like somebody just watched Guardians and was like, that's what a superhero movie is, and then made it. Like she had 80s headphones and an iPod, and like it was very Guardians. Again, not necessarily in a bad way, but just you could tell.
I don't know if I'd say it was Guardians, but it was very like
tonally.
It felt like someone saw like James Gunn's directing style, and they're trying to like. It kind of felt like if like AI like was like
they were emulating
this is what his style is, and I'm going to try and do it the best. Not to say it looked like it was made by AI. That's not what I'm saying. Whatsoever. But it seems like it was someone's like, oh, this is what the style is. This is his universe. I want to try and do it like him. It's like, no, I just wanted your style of filming. Like you are a great director. That's the one thing I didn't want. I didn't want a James Gunn movie for this movie. This is concerning. New Teen Titans merch from like the original show.
Ooh.
I know this isn't news, but I was like, oh, that's actually kind of sick.
Nice. Is this Hot Topic?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's cool,
I think I'm forever going to be on the copium. I'm like, one day, guys, we're going to get
the Titans are back.
Season 6. They like made a thing like a bunch of the cast like recently was like, we really want this to happen. We really want it to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Especially with the whole Greg Sipes situation that's happened recently. But never say never, right? This is My Adventures with Superman, which we'll be talking about here shortly. Asked about a potential season 4 of My Adventures with Superman, cartoon president Michael. How would you say that last name?
Michael.
Lewin. I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce it. But Michael says, we don't know yet.
Good old Michael O.
Michael O. He says the decision is now up to DC Studios. James Gunn and Peter Safran adding that they looked at the series and said that is fine. Keep going. We're letting them kind of drive DC, so we'll see. This feels very Superman Lois coded. This feels very much like, well, we'll see about the future of the universe. We'll see what comes next. You know, it feels like we're waiting on a breath if it ever like interrupts what the main line universe is doing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. You know, we're getting a spin-off series. It's doing. I mean, I think by regular TV standards, it's probably not doing great, but I think by like Cartoon Network Adult Swim standards, it's pretty well and actually has.
I would be interested to see what the difference is between its like live airing on Adult Swim viewing versus how many people just wait for it to drop on HBO, HBO Max and watch it, because that's how I do.
I don't have it.
I don't. Yeah. And I don't know what viewership matters more to them either. I would say the live viewership maybe, but it's not a traditional Adult Swim style show that you would think of.
Yeah.
I feel like it's getting
clearly meant for Cartoon Network, and they probably just didn't have the spot for it. So like,
or maybe it was a little too like. I think it was probably it's a little too mature for Cartoon Network, but so they had to push it to Adult Swim. But I could be wrong.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's mature. I don't know. You have like a regular show on there currently, and I'd say that's
true. That's true. You're right. Yeah, that is interesting.
I don't know, whatever. Here's the ultimate thing. If this does get picked up for a 4th or maybe 5th season, we're not seeing it for at least 2 years after this.
Yes.
Because
they could go even longer, because I would say My Adventures with Green Lantern will come out before another season of Superman, and we might see some of these Superman characters pop up. But
that's how I would really enjoy them doing. I know a lot of these more modern shows have been doing it now, where they'll have 2 shows in their universe. So if it takes 2, maybe 3 years to get a season out, they alternate between the shows. So like you can, if this year is My Adventures, 2027 can be My Adventures with Green Lantern, and then 2028 can be My Adventures, and then 2029 can be, like if they could, that I would be really down for that. I'd be more okay with that. And I just lost my spot. Let me scroll down. Yeah, same quote. Joker Laugh Riot was announced this week. I don't know if I have the little description here, but it was like the whole plot is like Batman is dead and Joker's trying to find who killed him.
Yeah,
killed Batman, and
he's kind of becoming like an anti-hero. Yeah.
I think it's a fun concept, but I'm done with solo Joker. I don't care. I'm just kind of Jokered out, just in general. I love Joker. He's great. But I don't know. I think after 2 solo Joker movies and Joker for every Batman thing for the last 5 years, I'm okay. I
don't think I also need another Batman project where Batman's dead. I don't like that.
Taz.
Yeah, I know, but like we don't need that everywhere.
I agree.
Like, it's fine sometimes, but like that doesn't have to be every like kind of Elseworldsy Batman thing.
New Crypto animated show. I feel like I'm a party pooper tonight. I kind of don't care about this one either. Like, this is the...
You say that to the guy wearing the Crypto shirt.
I know.
Now?
I'm sorry. Okay, but like, hear me out.
Crypto, don't listen to Darren. He's just being mean tonight.
Hear me out. We had Crypto and Superman.
Yes.
We had Crypto and Supergirl. He's obviously going to be in Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We had, back in the 90s, I think, we had a Crypto animated series. We more recently had Super Pets, which led Crypto. We had
voiced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson himself.
Yes. We had some shorts that came after Superman. We had
the canceled Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2 movie.
That was a thing. We've had more Crypto content than Wonder Woman content, and that's a problem for me. This isn't about Crypto. This is other characters that aren't getting time because of Crypto.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Did your theater do this? We ended up getting a reprint of the first, I think the first Adventure Comics issue that featured Crypto.
No, it did not. The theater. That's very cool, though.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say that I think James Gunn is killing is how he's promoting the comics along with the movies and stuff. That's his number one thing that he's done. Crypto and Titans too. I mean, Crypto and Titans. True. He was in My Adventures.
Yeah.
Superman. Crypto fans are eating well. Like, they are absolutely.
I'm sure he's in the. I'm sure he's in the Lego Batman game for some reason too.
Possibly. Again, this is not an anti-crypto campaign. I'm just like.
Yeah, you guys can quote this. Darren hates crypto.
Hashtag Darren hates crypto. This one's very interesting to me. Absolute Batman will be a fully CG animated show. A 360 model was shown to audiences. Scott Snyder will serve as showrunner, executive producer. This is exciting to me, not because I'm inherently excited about the show itself. I know there's a lot of Batman. It's that it's Absolute Batman, I think, is the big thing. Absolute Batman is easily the number one thing in the comics universe.
Yes.
By far. Absolute has taken over the comics world. It is, I think, more profitable than the mainline DC comics currently, and is arguably the main run of DC right now. And has had many, spin-off stuff from with Absolute Superman, Absolute Green Arrow, Absolute Wonder Woman. We're getting... It's an entire universe.
It's like the new version of the Black Label, right?
Yeah, it's very popular. If this does well, we might be looking at the new DC AMU, our new animated TV universe.
Yeah.
And I know we thought that was going to be like My Adventures universe, but I think this has way more of a likelihood of really taking off and really being this massive success. People adore this comic. People love this comic.
So here's my I'm gonna already throw out my voice casting for this. If you guys have seen it, the voice actor who has done Daredevil in Marvel Rivals. He's
Okay.
currently Mark Grayson in Invincible Versus. Alex Lee, if you guys remember me talking about him a
Sure.
few
Yeah,
weeks
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So he posted a video, I think it was last year, where he voiced over a section of the Absolute Batman comics as Batman. And he sounds phenomenal. So go onto his TikTok, look it up if you have not seen or heard that video. I'm not gonna play it here for obvious reasons, but go look that up and tell me that he does not sound like what you would think an absolute Batman should sound like.
Fair.
So
Do you think Absolute Batman adapts comic directly, or do you think its own story with the Absolute aesthetic? I think adapting directly has become a lot more popular over these last couple of years. I would not be
mm-hmm.
shocked if they go the Invincible route, and
mm.
especially calling it Absolute Batman. I think people are going into it probably wanting a more so. Not to say you can't change stuff, obviously, but a relatively straight adaptation for people that'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't read the comic, but here's a very accessible route for me to enjoy the story. Um, and I think with all the shows like this too, I think it's more like you start off being very accurate, and then as the show goes on, you can have more liberties and you can change up more
Mm-hmm.
things from it or whatever. Once you already have this kind of established fan base, um, but no, that's interesting to me. I'm excited about that. We got news about a bunch of the other shows, Creature Commandos, Mr. Marigold. I think this is the one I'm kind of most excited for right now, at least with the old ones. Actually, maybe in general, out of stuff that was shown, just because this is DCU canon. We're doing Darkseid. We're doing New Gods. I really don't know much about the New Gods and Mr. Marigold and stuff. Like all I really know is Darkseid, and that's just because he's been the most used, among I know like some Granny Goodness stuff and stuff, but like I think this could be really sick if done right and if done well.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm not. I don't know a ton, but I think it could be good.
New Starfire series as well. She's the leader of a team of alien girl, which consists of Crush, Fern, and Amethyst. Set in the Vega galaxy. Returning to voice of Starfire. I think that's the voice from like Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. I'm pretty positive. A short clip of Starfire versus Blackfire was shown. This piece is funny. Lobo, Gotham City, and Thingarians will all be
Guardians,
making
yeah.
an appearance. I don't know. It's more like Batman propaganda to me, where it's like, all right, she's in Gotham City of all places for some reason, but all right. Large title cards will be featured to display new locations, creatures, and characters similar to the Suicide Squad, described as an 11-minute kid show. I know people are kind of losing their minds over the like 11-minute kid show thing, which I also have my concerns. I don't know the tone they're going for this, because I know people are taking that as like, oh, it's like Teen Titans Go, and I'm like, well, not so fast.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of like 11-minute kid shows that are like some of the greatest cartoons of all time. Like like Phineas and Ferb is an 11 minutes kid show. Steven Universe, Adventure Time, a lot of those like early like 2010 shows really adapted this formula. Not because it's like the way to go, but like that's what that's what studios are really wanting now, are those like 11-minute shows. So I'm not gonna let that line alone be like, no, I'm not watching this. Like I'm like, I need a trailer, I need to see some footage or whatever, because I think the concept is cool. Like I'm liking it in theory. We just got to see.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. And it's a very it's interesting that they would choose Starfire as like the one Titan to do a show on. Like you would think, oh, like maybe a Nightwing show, or even like a Raven or whatever. But I think that this is gonna be fun though. Like I it's different, and it's going to be just a way to maybe introduce and use characters that you wouldn't necessarily see in some of the bigger stuff. So I'm here for it.
I think that's the most interesting thing about the Teen Titans, is that I think they could all at least with like the iconic 5 we've had in like modern versions of the
Yep.
characters, where it's like they could all star their own show, but they're
Yeah.
doing it together and they're doing this thing. So like, you know, there's a reason why there was like a, you know, a Beast Boy miniseries, and you know, like Raven could totally start her own thing if they really wanted to. So I'm definitely down for this. DC superpowers. Now I will say this one definitely feels like it's going on the younger side. I think this one I'm more flipped on. This one's very clearly draws inspiration from 80s toy lines of the same name. Justice League Academy is the setting where kids go to become licensed heroes. Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Black Canary, Mr. Terrific, and many other appear as adults who likely teaches at the academy. Kind of sounds like Justice U a little bit.
A little bit.
Described as a superhero breakfast club. Black Lightning, Jesse Chambers, Plastic Man, Terra, Aqua Girl, and Green Lantern Guy Gardner will appear as students. Guy Gardner's hair changed to the bokeh after the creative team saw James Gunn was embracing the ugly look in the Superman trailer. Guy Gardner says bowl cut instead of cheese when taking pictures with fans. That, I think that piece there, I'm like, oh, that sounds like maybe like a younger kind of show. Like it feels like it's more like kind of like Word Girl or like something like that. Students start off with baseline powers, but receive payment powers, upgrades from the Academy's network when they perform well. Lightning receives Lightning Blast in the pilot, and Plastic Man receives Hardening after completing an act of heroism. This sounds fun, but it also sounds like, okay, yeah, this is younger.
Quite clearly a very a very like younger audience geared show. For sure.
Yeah. So I don't have any problems with that. And then more for My Adventures as well. And yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm down for all this. Depending on what it is, I think it's just good to have like new animated stuff over at DC in general. I think is very fun. Okay, before we completely run out of time here in the first act, we have been promising.
We have
doing a Dexter segment.
Yes,
for
we have
6 months. So I have a bunch of casting news over the last month, and then we can kind of do like a how we feeling ahead of a couple weeks from now when I think we might get a trailer. So this one came out April 2nd. Now this was a pretty big deal because all season via season 1 we're like, who is the New York Ripper? Who is it? Is it Blessing? Is it the frickin' son from season 4 of Dexter? Is it I don't know, is it Grant Gustin? Like, who is it? And they just came out and was like, yeah, it's this guy. It's Brian Cox, which plays in Succession, very popular show.
Okay.
Great actor. I've only seen one episode of Succession. He's great in the first episode. But New York Ripper, thoughts, feelings? Are we happy with this casting, or are we excited?
To me, when this was first revealed, it was one of those like, okay, cool. Who is that guy? It is like, why were we being so secretive about this in the first season if it was going to be an unknown actor? Like, and not to say that it's going to be bad or anything like that, but from the outside looking in at the show, it almost undermines that mystery of the first season. Like, I feel like now I'm going to go back to watch Resurrection season 1, and the New York Ripper is not going to be as big of a mystery for me but like in a different way though. Like, I just recently rewatched season 1 of Dexter, right? Even though I knew
first season?
The first season of the entire show. Even though obviously, going into that now, Brian is the ice truck killer. He's Dexter's brother, all of this. Like, you still get enveloped in the mystery and stuff like that because it's a character on the show that you're seeing kind of hide his true nature and then finally reveal himself, right?
Yeah.
The moment we see this guy, we're going to be like, oh, it's the New York Ripper, even if the characters don't know that it's him. So I think that kind of sort of undermines it a little bit. I would have rather them just say, this actor is in the show in an undisclosed role and like announce a bunch of like undisclosed character roles and then let us figure it out as the season goes on, right? That's my only gripe.
I think if it wasn't like a big actor, or like, I'm sorry, no, like he's a big actor, but like if it wasn't like a twist thing where it's like it's the Trinity Killer's, son coming back, or whatever. I do think it was smart to announce it early, because like he just it's like a like vigilante thing from Arrow where it's like who is it? Oh, it's a freaking guy. All right, well that's stupid, And so I think it's good having like. We'll have like 8 months to been like, okay, it's this guy. It's not it's not Blessing. It's not any of these things that kind of calm expectations. But I do wonder. I wonder if they knew who the New York Ripper was when they were writing season 1 and like what they wanted to do with it that far and ahead of time. I think they would have
wonder
an idea.
Well, because here's the thing: is I think for Resurrection, the way they've been talking about it is that this show was written to continue for a while. This was not made as a 1-season revival. Even if I think everything that happened in the first season happened for very specific reasons. You were planting seeds, you were setting stages for certain things. Like, yes, it could have ended after that first season. Dexter goes back, he's got a boat again, it's called The Getaway. He kind of makes good with Harrison, all this, that, and the other. Fine. But, like, you plant little seeds. Rapunzel's still out there. Who's the New York Ripper? How does, Quinn and Miami Metro react to, Batista's death? How do all of these, things play in the broader story? But I think that, again, is it was conceived to be that broader story from the beginning, outside of something like New Blood, that was made to be a one-and-done, one-season revival. Let's try to fix the mistakes that we made in the season 8 finale. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they said his real name in season 1. That's fair.
Yes.
In fairness,
it could have been an alias.
There's also a lot of bad information about serial killers in this world. Like,
yes, there are.
Like, I feel like they get it wrong a lot. But
yes, just like Sergeant James Dokes is the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Which, like, I'm still kind of okay with, like, I'm okay with it just being a guy. I just hope it's executed well and it feels like a satisfying, like
great choice of words.
So much, they built it so much. I need it to feel big, and to the point, yes. I'm wondering if I do think there might be a twist around it still. Like, I'm wondering. I know the rumor is like he's training a new
I think so too, and I guess we're gonna get back. We're gonna get to that eventually if you have all the news here. But there's another.
Here.
There's another character or another actor that was cast in a role that I think might have some ties to the New York Ripper. But continue.
I have a couple casting here. We'll see. Uma Thurman returns to Dexter Resurrection. This makes me very happy. I really liked her character in season 1. I like that there's some carryover to, except from last season. Like, I liked the stuff last season so much. I kind of wish it was like a 2-part season. Like, I would have watched another season with Peter Dinklage's character. Like, I would have watched more of that stuff. But they decided to make it a one and done. But elements are still coming over from it. I have a description here. Let's talk about this one first, though. Or I guess, let's do casting news first. Gabriel Luna is in Mystery role. Another big star. I wonder if this is kind of just the trend going forward. Is it, very Knives Out, where each season has a big cast of characters and has these big names connected to it every season.
You don't think this is the reason why he's not coming back for season 3 of Last of Us, is it?
I wouldn't think. I mean, I think Last of Us is bigger than Dexter. Like, I mean, I love Dexter.
Yeah, well, so what? And I guess that just reminded me, though. What was the reasoning? Why did he leave?
It was. I don't think they said. Although maybe he has a bigger role. Like, his character in Last of. I mean, it's Tommy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
And Tommy's.
I mean, Tommy wouldn't be in that much of part 2, right?
Wait, not in that.
Wait, is he leaving Last of Us? I thought it was the other guy. It was
Oh no, you're right. It's the other guy. I'm so sorry. No. I was getting No, you're right. I'm getting characters and actors.
I was like,
you're right. No, I'm getting characters mixed up. There's so much news. There's so many people. I knew it was somebody that was in Last of Us and was also in a Marvel thing.
It's Harrison from the that'd be a crazy twist, or sure car. We're doing time
No.
travel. Doing time travel. I mean, I guess it could be flash forwards, but I don't know. But no, that's cool.
I'm sorry. Disregard everything I just said.
I didn't say that. I didn't say the most important news. God damn it. Find it really quickly. Come on, discussing film. Where is it?
Discussing film to the rescue.
Discussing film. Where's Jessica Jones at? Come on. They posted a lot today. Jesus. All right.
There we go.
Christian Riddler will return for Dexter Resurrection Season 2. Vindication has. You called me a madman last season when I said, actually, I think she might be alive. I think this is a fakeroo. And we're like, nah, probably not. And you know what? It could still be a fakeroo, to be fair. It could still be.
Yeah, it could be a you know how Dexter loves doing visions and flashbacks and stuff like that? However, I think all the pieces of the puzzle are in line, right? Because if Uma Thurman's back, Charlie, right? She was the last character to see Kristen Ritter's character alive, to see Lady Vengeance alive in prison. So she could have cut some sort of deal there. However, the fact that we know that later on in the season, of course, we learned that Uma Thurman's character is not so keen on all the serial killer things.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she took it upon herself to take care of her, and this is just like a flashback of a scene that we didn't see. I don't know. It's very interesting because at that point, you could have thought that, again, that Charlie, her character, right, let Lady Vengeance out and just like let her free, whatever. But now kind of we know that that would be very out of character for her to do. So it's going to be very interesting.
I think it makes sense for Peter Dinklage's character not to kill her, right? Because he had such a love for these people, and it's just like, okay,
well, I guess you're right. That's true. She was still under Dinklage's thumb.
It could have just been like, go here for a while. I'll give you all this money. There's all these people. Just go off and do this while all this is going down or whatever.
And that now that Prater's gone, now that Charlie is gone, well, was gone for a while, I think she's like, okay, I can come out of hiding. That's true.
Yeah, I just liked. I don't know if I just liked her character, if I just liked the actress that much, but I really enjoy. I think she was my favorite of like the new serial killer characters. I thought she was so fun. This kind of anti-Dexter, where it was like really close to being Dexter, just a little bit different, and like obviously not anymore because they're now clearly they have no. It seems like no passion on making any other Dexter shows, at least for the time being. But like at the time, I was like, I'd watch a spinoff with her and her kind of journey. Like I was really into
it. Say that again. No passion. No la pasión.
Yes. But no, this is very exciting. I'm just excited for season 2. I don't think I realized how excited I am for season 2.
Yeah. Well, again, I think me rewatching the show has now hyped me back up, has gotten me back in the Dexter mood.
Yeah.
But I do think so. I guess final thoughts on Kristen Ritter coming back is, I feel like she could either be again like a one episode kind of come back and be done kind of thing. Like Dexter certainly could take her out in one episode. With how good he is now.
Yeah.
However, the fact of the matter that they're making such a big deal about her coming back after implying that she was dead or wanting us to think she was dead or going to die, whatever, that I think it's more than just a one and done thing. I think she's going to have a larger story in the second season, and it's definitely tied to Charlie as well, with her being a larger portion of the season. I don't know how much of the set photos that you've seen. She seems to be spending quite a bit of time with Dexter this season, so it's going to be very very interesting to see how all of those storylines converge Let's just say it that way.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Is this it? Is this it? I think this might be this will suffice. It's official. Desmond Harrison returns as Joey Quinn with a major upgrade in Dexter season 2. I mean, obviously I'm excited for this. It's always cool to see the regular
Joey frickin' Quinn. He's back.
My fear is like, how do you end that? Right? I don't really want to kill any other original cast members.
The top response.
Nice.
Or the second response.
Yeah.
That's how you end it.
That, I mean, how I don't know if it ends in again.
But no, it doesn't. But I don't think it does, because Quinn is too smart, because he was on to Dexter the entirety of the original show. Yeah. Right? Like, pretty much outside of season 3, right? I don't think he really suspected anything there. But season 4 onwards, Kyle Butler. Oh, it's a little warm to be wearing gloves, ain't it, Dexter? It was obviously self-defense. Like, he knows something. Like, he knows, but he's not. But he's not stupid enough to say anything.
How does it end? Is it like, I'm just gonna let you go, buddy? Have fun.
No, it doesn't. Because here's the thing. No, here's the thing. Is I don't think he's known that Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher until now. I think he's known that Dexter's into some shady stuff, maybe that Dexter has killed people, but I think he's going to piece together, once he finds out about Batista's death, he's then going to put the pieces of the puzzle together to realize that it is Dexter's fault that Deb was killed, and then he's going to get really pissed.
Yeah.
I would love to see a confrontation like that. I would like to see him go off on Dexter and be like, dude, I covered for you for years. I knew you were into some shady stuff. I knew it, and you got your sister killed. You got, like, that's, you can't, I still don't think, obviously Dexter's not going to want to kill him. I think Quinn is going to come to some sort of realization of like, all right, I don't want to end up like Batista. So I think they're going to have to learn to live, or learn to coexist. I think Quinn is going to be like, I didn't like what I found here, but at least I have answers. I'm going back to Miami. Dexter, if you ever come back to Miami, I will arrest you. But like, I think that it's got to end differently.
Yeah, it does.
It's got to.
I think out of everyone in the original show, he's definitely the most nuanced, like, grayish character. That, yes. Like, I think he was always like, yeah, but I'm willing to slide on the rules a little bit sometimes if it's, in the interest of.
It was obviously self-defense.
No, I'm very excited for him to be back, which is so funny to say, because 99% of the run of it on the original show, I was like, fuck Quinn, he's a terrible character. And then in the final season, I was like, all right, fuck it, he's great, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to read a couple of these comments before we move on. Left too early. Do you agree he was interesting? Oh, that's the twins.
Gemini.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I love David Desmalchian, but like, he is kind of that like couple episode arc character actor, and then he dips. Like, he's not ever there for too long. He never overstays his welcome, and I think that's what makes him such a good addition to the shows. Is he's like a very short burst of like just a different energy that you don't get from most of the other actors. So yeah, I'm upset that he's not coming back as well, sure. But I will die on the hill that they did such a good job last season with showing how proficient Dexter was by having him just like single-handedly take out every other like big name serial killer, and show just how much of a professional Dexter is, and how amateur these other guys are, even if they are like FBI's most wanted serial killers and that kind of thing. Yo, Lance, you got to get in here for some Dexter talk for season 2.
Season 2, buddy.
Come on, we need
Skipped
you.
out on season 1, but season 2, gotcha, buddy.
We need you in New York City.
Need more Dokes Ghost. Man, I'd fuck with a whole season of Dokes as a ghost, man. I would.
Why not Dokes as a cyborg? Remember the oh, did we ever go over all of that stuff? We still need to do that. I think I still have it saved.
No.
Yeah, so there was a whole thing of like all the differences in the books. Yes, so in the books, Dokes survives and becomes like a cyborg.
That's so funny. I would low-key kind of fuck with the books, I think. I do kind of want to listen to them. It's just to be like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah, well, like it's like just like a whole thing that just is like all the big differences is like Brian survives, Dokes is like a some sort of cyborg, and like the Dark Passenger is an actual like spiritual entity influencing Dexter to kill people. It's such a weird thing. Like the books are kind of weird. But yeah, anyway, that's a story for another day. That's a story for another day.
Definitely. All right, we are a little over an hour in. I do need to get into the main topic before we run out of time here. But I think that's okay because one of the shows this week I actually don't have like a lot to say, which is the My Adventures with Superman. This is season 3, episode 3 of My Adventures with Superman. Obviously, if you guys have not seen, or if you're not caught up with My Adventures, we are going to be talking spoilers.
This is spoilers,
buddy. But yeah, no. I mean, listen. I'll say it. I think this season is definitely, it's taking its time a little bit.
Yeah,
I think season 2 is kind of in a very similar spot for me, because I remember early season 2. Season 2, I was like, oh, they're kind of just doing stuff for the first couple episodes. They're kind of like
that's how I felt too. Is it was just like random, kind of like, okay, this feels like your Saturday morning cartoon.
Mm-hmm. It's more, you know what? Superman hasn't really been in a lot of the season. It's been more of the Jimmy, Kara, Lois. Not even Lois. I think Lois has also kind of been sidelined. It's more of a My Adventures with Supergirl this season,
and that's what I said last week.
Yeah, and I don't. Inherently, I don't hate the idea. I think, I don't think it's bad. I think as long as they find their footing within these next couple episodes, I won't be too upset. But if there's like 3 more episodes, kind of like this one, I might be like, all right, guys, we need to get our shit together. Like I think like for now, I'm like,
Chad, Darren just hates Supergirl and he hates crypto. Yes. That's what we've learned tonight.
I'll say this actually might be my favorite version of Supergirl currently. Like I say all that, but I do really love this take on Supergirl. I think I do too.
She's very charming. I think in the fact that like she's so like unaware and oblivious to how the world works, and just like her discovering things is she's like, oh, I am in a competition with Jimmy Flamebird to figure out who's the better mates. Like, I have all these people. These guys caught fish. Like, whatever. Like, I have 50. Really I have 90 new messages from all of these, potential people saying sup.
I'm so glad this is a kid show. Because, like, when she was saying, oh, I have all these pictures, I'm like, no, Kara, no! Don't look at those! I was like, oh, it's a kid show. Thank God. Thank God. This is, no, you don't need to be, yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. This was personally my least favorite episode of the show. Not to say it's
I understand.
awful thing. It's, like, I think there's a line of silliness, and I think they went over a little bit. They kind of went over the line for me. Not even that like it was that silly. I just think it's sillier than the show kind of set its status quo of, where it kind of. I was like, okay, this is a lot. This is a lot.
Well, I think you have characters who are generally pretty smart, making or like doing kind of dumb things this week, like Jimmy falling into the trap of the what was her name?
Gigantic, right?
Well, yes. What was the like the what was she doing? Like whatever, the geneticist or whatever they were calling her,
She was
like
the
the
matchmakers. Yeah.
yeah, no, but like they were calling her something. Like Jimmy was like, "Oh, there's this evil person out there called something." I keep forgetting what it is. Yeah, whatever. So like the DNA splicer or something, we'll call her, right? And then Jimmy's like doing all this investigation. He gets invited to this, worms dating headquarters or whatever, and is paired, randomly paired with somebody, and it ends up being the person he's looking for to like, write the story about, and she causes all this chaos. And again, Jimmy's doing this because he's feeling inadequate, and like it's so silly. It really is.
I
but like
don't... Oh, sorry,
like for one episode, maybe two, it's fine. But like now we're going on 3 episodes of Jimmy just being stupid. It's like, come on, man.
I really hope they double down with it though, because he's right. Like objectively, like I think the way he's going about it is not right. I need him to communicate with her a little bit better, instead of this like, all right, we're doing competitions. But like there was the scene where it's like, Lois is trying to fill out her thing about her interests, and it's like, I don't know that. I don't have a favorite movie. I don't have a favorite book. I don't have a favorite whatever. I don't have my places. And I think he's right. Kara doesn't know who she is yet. Jimmy is, as we speak, her entire personality, and I think it's super awesome. It's super great that they have such this connection, but Jimmy cannot be the only thing in her life that she has. And I honestly hope the message of the season is them really taking this to be like, you're right, I don't know who I am, and then spends the next season, or maybe even the back half of this season to be like, I'm going to go
maybe
find
it's time to go
do
some self-discovery. Yeah,
like maybe, I don't know, like maybe she won't be in season 4 and then she's like elsewhere or something, or like maybe she's in the super, or the the Green Lantern show instead, or something, or like we like take a season off and she comes back and she's again, like I think they're endgame, but I would really respect the show's writing if it's like if they go a very mature route with them, where it's like, actually not yet, like we'll get back to it eventually, but we want to focus on these characters and who they are as individuals first. I think that would be a really mature route to go with this storyline, especially with where we are with this version of Supergirl, the one that's literally committed genocide and has to deal with the genocide. And like you have the thing,
keep forgetting about that. Like
this
show murderer. It does really like make you forget that she was raised as Brainiac's daughter and like murdered planets.
Again, not inherently her fault. Like,
no,
with her mind,
she was
and, like,
very much so brain controlled, and she was used as a weapon. Not really her, but still, it is kind of crazy that she has gone through that in this timeline, which again makes it feel like we're at this really weird standstill of the season, right? Where it's like, again, some stuff is kind of happening in the background, but again, 80% of this episode was relationship drama of like, again, Jimmy going on this dating show, Kara and Lois going to the mall and singing a song for like 5 minutes.
The song was weird. And like, I know that's weird coming from me, someone who loves musicals. Like, I do love musicals.
I was gonna say, like, I'm surprised you didn't like it.
Listen, I thought the song itself was fun. It's a fun song.
Yeah.
It was just so jarring because it's so out of, like, it's not a musical show. I guess I'm not a huge fan when a non-musical shows does like in-universe breaking out in the song. Like, I like, like a good musical, but it wasn't a musical episode. There wasn't like, like I would love like a like a Music Meister episode where they come in and they make, like, that's a fun idea, but it's so random and the show has never done anything up until that point. They just, I could kind of see Kara because she's like kind of like expressing herself, trying to find herself, but Lois also sings, and I don't know. I didn't really.
Yeah, it did. It kind of came out of nowhere. It didn't necessarily make sense as to why we were singing at that point. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I thought it was like, it's weird, but okay.
I don't know.
And also too, Superman is just doing like side quest stuff. Like, he's been doing side quests the whole season. You know, is he he saves like a couple little random things, and I guess he meets and adopts Crypto this episode too.
I don't think he adopted him, right? Because they were like, okay, like, where's your ID? Like,
yeah,
I think he wants to though. Like, he's kind of.
I could have sworn in one of the later scenes, like as Jimmy's getting like paraded through downtown by Giganta, is that. Don't you hear like a dog bark or something?
Do you?
I could have sworn that, but it also could have just been one of those like random sound effects that they were making because he was, messing around with the farmhouse and stuff. So I don't know.
I think they may actually do real Crypto. Like, I think they might do, like, I think that may have been more of an Easter egg.
It's like, like it's a Crypto-esque dog, but like,
and I think we're actually going to do Crypto eventually. Yeah, like,
do you think again it's going to be like actual Crypto from Krypton, or do you think it's going to be Lex creates Crypto in a lab, similar to how he was created? It seemed like in Titans.
What if it's Superboy's dog? Like, what if it's his dog in the future? Because I don't think they want to keep a dog in the show long term. Like, there's already so many super things.
That's true.
So, like, you can have it be a part of the lore. You can have him show up for a special whatever.
And then it's like, okay, eventually Clark and Lois will get to that point where they have Crypto.
Yeah, that'd be really
because okay, so I guess we can kind of just skip ahead. Because everything that happened kind of in the middle is sort of nonsense. So the only real big thing that happened this week, right, is John Henry Irons is fighting Silver Banshee and, some other tech goons and stuff like that.
John Henry Irons? You mean Hank Henshaw?
Not Hank Henshaw.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is he in it?
No, he actually was at the very end.
He was in last season. Yeah.
No, he was at the very end with in the future.
Oh, was he? Oh, was he?
I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be John Henry with Jimmy Olsen. If I'm not mistaken.
Let me take another look at. I only saw it the one time, and I was cooking.
Yeah, so I think that's supposed to be him. Either way, so Hank Henshaw, Cyborg Superman, kind of going a little crazy on this, stopping of the crime, and Superman comes in and is like, "Hey, you can't really do that. Like, Superman's not supposed to be aggressive." We do get the part where a piece of his, fake face falls off. So you do get the, exposed cyborg jaw now, which makes him obviously look even more menacing. But he's going so crazy that Lex has to send Slade out there to subdue Hank and bring him back to LexCorp and everything like that. And he thinks that he's got the upper hand on Lex because he kind of slaps around Deathstroke, throws him around a few times, and then Lex is like, "You think you're something like you think you're powerful, like I hold all the power," kind of, and he shows that he still is the one who is one step ahead. He is still the one in control. Not like we didn't know that, but it is interesting to see that maybe Lex is at the point where he's feeling like, okay, maybe the cyborg Superman experiment was not as much of a success as he thought it was going to be, because now the kind of public image of him is tainted. So now he's going to have to find something else or someone else that he can manipulate into being his hero for him. And I guess what is the other non-Superman, super-powered character that we know of in present day right now that's roaming around there, who we didn't see this week, is, of course, Bizarro, who could be very easily tricked and manipulated by Lex. And then we also get that flash-forward scene to, sometime in the future, where we've got Superboy, and I'm guessing we're all kind of in agreement that this is the John Kent Superboy. Oh, this is the whole scene that you pulled up. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that would be John Henry.
Yeah, that was John Henry.
John Henry. Yeah, I can't believe I keep forgetting that we actually that's another super. Oh, I don't know why it's so blurry. Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just have like kind of all this. We got really the whole super family at this point.
Yes.
They really fast tracked.
So yeah, we're in the future. It's like kind of an Injustice, Death of Superman, evil timeline here.
Is this Lex?
Yes. Yeah. So we've got Bald Lex. We've got Resistance Jimmy Olsen. We've got Resistance John Henry. And that's why this scene to me was so interesting, because you would think that this is Connor because of the connection that it seems like he had to Lex. Like he was upset to leave Lex, or was upset to see Lex die.
You're right. I wonder if they're
which
doing
is very
both.
interesting. Which again,
I guess
to
they
me
could
almost
do the
thinks
clone thing,
they
just in the
could they
future.
do the clone, right? So could we do it where he is both Clark and Lois's son, but also a clone of Lex in some way, right?
Sure.
Like, what if he somehow takes all the DNA and just smashes it all together and makes him, like, you know what I mean? Like, what if, I don't know how that would work, like from a science perspective, and I'm not really sure, again, in context, how Cadmus works for, in that perspective either. But it would be very interesting. Or again, maybe if this is actually just Jonathan Kent, Clark and Lois's, biological son, that again, this is so far into the future. Probably it's post death of Superman, and maybe Lois is also dead, perhaps. And Lex is not, not biologically, his father or his creator, that maybe he's kind of learned now that, okay, maybe I was a little too harsh on Superman, or he sees John Kent here as his last hope to kind of set the world right. So he then becomes this father figure, this mentor figure to Jonathan.
Sure.
Without his actual parents being there. So it's going to create a very interesting dynamic when he comes back to the past, where we're in a state in which obviously Clark and Lois and Jimmy and Kara now all kind of hate Lex, and Lex also hates Kryptonians. So he's going to have a very tough time kind of figuring out, like, all right, which side do we go with? And yeah, I did see that confirmation that it is John Kent.
It would be cool if it's like maybe this is how we do Death of Superman. Like, we never do it in current day, but like, yeah, like he's dead in the future and he grew up without a father. And yeah, like maybe like Lex maybe has no like biological connection to John, but like he almost becomes this almost father figure. Lex becomes more of this kind of anti-hero to maybe even hero. Like, we've seen that previously where, like, Lex's can be good under the right circumstances. Like, that would be interesting. Him coming back is like, what's wrong with Lex? Like, Lex is great. We love Lex. Although I think that would work better with a different Lex, because we haven't really seen enough of Lex, I feel like, for that to really hit home for me. But let me try and go through a lot of these comments here. Again, thank you everyone watching and commenting. Love all of you. I didn't like the worms of it all. Yeah. Fun fact, I saw this on Twitter. The like matchmaking couple they had here, that like run the company, the dating app, whatever. Apparently in the comics they're siblings.
Oh,
so
interesting.
That's I mean, I feel like again, I'm all down for like making, changing adaptations and stuff. But I'm like, just make an original character. Like, I think that like those didn't have to be comic book characters. I feel like.
Yeah, that's a choice.
I really enjoyed this episode. Heck yeah. Giganta climbing the building. I was like, did I just enter King? I also don't love it being Giganta. I guess like, I think like Slade I was kind of okay with, because I think Slade kind of just goes everywhere in terms of their villains and stuff. But I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess you could still make her a Wonder Woman villain if they want to, but I'm like, Wonder Woman has such few villains. I want her Wonder Woman villains to I don't know. I get they can kind of switch and swap or whatever, but I'm like, I didn't need that to be Giganta. I feel like you could have also kind of done the same thing I just mentioned, but make a new giant themed character. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't really matter, but I have a question. Would you guys want DCU Jimmy to be with DCU Supergirl? With DCU Jimmy, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah,
absolutely not. I want him to be in a jail cell.
Oh no.
I think he's kind of a creep. So no. but that's just me.
No.
Any of you going to watch final season of The Bear? Just dropped. Watched Austin Burke's short review on it. It's a 90 for rating. Yes, I want to try. I think me and Ben are going to try and do a segment on the show. I need to binge season 4 and 5 of it, but I've heard the episodes are really short. I heard The Bear had like 20-minute episode this season.
Oh, interesting.
Which is, for like context, in seasons 1 and stuff, they would have like 60-minute episodes. So that's
oh my gosh,
a choice. That's
so it might as well have been like a big movie.
If it's good, I don't care. Like as long like if it's the story they're telling, I don't really care. But we'll see. Not wrong, but he's going about it wrong. About Jimmy, I absolutely agree. Yes, there needs to be a "this is how I feel" instead of like how they. I think he botched their conversation last week. I'd say. Definitely need to watch the Super Intro. Haven't seen it. It's very good. It's also very short. Yeah. So if you could watch it in like a week and
there's not much to it. Yeah.
What Lone Wolf? It's really good. It's very good. Darren's a hater. Yes.
Darren.
Darren doesn't pay attention. Yeah, I was making pancakes. Sorry, guys. I'm glad they're not waiting too long to have Hank turn on Lex. Yeah. If only he knew the future.
If only you knew the power of the dark side.
Thinking. And then what's this? Okay, you've asked us several times. I'm so sorry. I keep missing it. Have you seen the War Gods?
The Burrows.
The Burrows. Yes, that's the new. Not Russo brothers.
I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
Duffer Brothers. That's
did it get canceled?
It got canceled after like 2 weeks or like 3 weeks of it coming out. I currently don't have it on here, Lone Wolf, but thank you so much for wanting to send some. That's very, very sweet. But currently, no, it's not activated. Just send any question, and we try to do our best to get to all the questions if we have enough time.
Yeah.
I mean, fun episode. I had my issues, but I still overall enjoyed it. Whatever. I don't know. I hope it never gets like this goofy again, but definitely like they definitely are building into the Clark wanting the family and Lois not being so sure. That's another one. I feel like Lois is like, even though they talked about it, I feel like there's still not a clear communication between the two of them still.
No, it's like Lois is quite clearly very uncomfortable with the situation, and like Clark is just like family, farmhouse, kids, dog, and I'm like,
which
Clark,
I do. They are still kind of early. Like, in universe, has it been a year, or has it been 3 whole years in universe? We're gonna watch that here soon. We're gonna do a bunch.
I'm excited because the suspense has been killing me. Yes, Darren has been dragging this out for like 2 months.
I know.
For me, great. But it's finally time.
Yes. I guess we'll use that as our transition then. X-Men 97. Taz, you did it. You finally finished season 1 of X-Men 97, Taz.
Yay! I did.
Are you happy I forced you to watch this show?
I'm very happy that you forced me to watch this show. Thank you. Yeah, it was great. And I was, gifted a wonderful 40-minute finale.
Yes. Oh my God.
Which it feels like, again, I watched it forever ago, even though it was last week. So much random stuff has happened. So again, if I mix up characters or whatever, forgive me. I'm sorry. There's so many shows and characters and actors and things in my brain.
We're on the same level now. It feels good. I don't have to hide. Outside of trailer stuff, which we'll be getting caught up on very soon here.
I was watching through all this, and I'm like, I'm surprised how much stuff I got kind of right. Like, I was kind of on the right track a lot of times. I was like, time travel, kind of lost in time, lost in space sort of stuff. I guess, is Bastion dead? Is he gone, evaporated, scattered through time with the rest of the X-Men?
You know what? I assumed he died, but you're right. We didn't see a body. He could just be.
No, I think he could have been teleported through.
He could be.
He could be teleported through time just like the rest of them.
I didn't even consider that, but you're right. You're very right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he's dead for now until season
dead
5
until
or
further
whatever.
notice.
It's like, oh my god, he's back, whatever.
Oh no, Bastion, he's back.
Yeah, which I'd be down for. I was very impressed. Like, I think I said it last week, but they had such a short time with him. They had proper. He was a villain for the final 3 episodes, especially, but 4 episodes with him relatively, and they make him I like him more than I liked any of the movie X-Men villains. I guess outside of Magneto himself, obviously, but
I do think that the villains this season were really good. Where Mr. Sinister and Bastion, kind of as a
duo.
I guess villain team up, kind of, but then they sort of went their own ways because Mr. Sinister had his own stuff going on. He basically was just trying to torment the Summers family, and then Bastion cared about the rest. But it was kind of funny.
He was on his own little side quest, which we can start there. Obviously, that whole segment is just incredible. Obviously, Jean was never going to die. I knew she was never going to die, at least not long term. I think maybe we talked about that'd be crazy if she went Phoenix, and then when it happens, it's oh, holy shit, they're doing
the
Phoenix
is back.
So funny. They're very big about it. They're
but then also, how convenient is it that the Phoenix is oh, the Phoenix showed up when I needed it, and then took all of Bastion's powers, and now the Phoenix is gone, never to be seen again.
Sure.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I think it's very interesting because in the original show, they do an entire season dedicated to Phoenix. Both half the season is just Phoenix, and then the back half is Dark Phoenix, and they fully do the whole story, which is very good. Probably one of their best plot lines.
The best adaptation of the Phoenix saga that's not, comics.
No, I fully agree. It's such a sick sequence. Jean is such a, Jean was easily my least favorite character in the original 90s show. Not because she's bad, but they do the very iconic meme thing where it's oh, Scott, she faints every other episode, and she's the definition of a one-dimensional character in that original show, and they did so many fun things with her in the season. Both
she did
Madeline
a lot this season. Yeah,
easily the most I think I've ever enjoyed Jean as a character. I was really a really fan of what they did, and how they kind of painted the picture for the season as a whole. And
I think the whole family was great. Like I said, is easily the best version of Cyclops that I've seen.
Easily, yeah.
This show made me really love Cable, and kind of showed that he was given certainly the short end of the stick in everything else up until this point, because he is a very interesting, very cool character that we're going to get a lot more of.
Which one?
In Cable. Nathan.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to get a lot more of him next season, it seems.
Will we?
A younger version of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really do kind of like where everything goes. The other kind of element to this finale as well was all of the stuff going on in the Mindscape with Charles and Magneto, and kind of that trip down memory lane, and this very just emotional brothers in arms kind of bonding sequence between them, and kind of talking about all of their struggles and things, and making you think for a moment oh, is Magneto going to lose all his memories? What's going on here? Is he going to be a blank slate? Is what's the morality around this? But they ended in a good spot before they all get again segmented throughout time. But I did very much so like that. I liked that sequence, and I hope that means that the resolution that we came to there means that Magneto and Charles can kind of just chill and be friends for a little while. Please, I'm tired of watching them fight. I know that's the thing, is it's always going to be Professor X versus Magneto. They've got
to a lot of it. Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I want them to just for once be on the same page.
I think the movie's kind of written that for me. As much as I love Magneto, he's probably my favorite Marvel villain in general. And I do think when the movie, like when the MCU does, I do think you probably should do him for the, at least the first movie, because I think that makes a lot of sense for the story and what you had to set up. But he was the villain for like every movie for like 10 years straight, and then this series did him a lot, and I think he's way more interesting in this show as this kind of anti-hero, but almost like an actual hero, and them working with the X-Men. I love it so much, and I guess spoilers for next season, but it seems like he's on our side fully next season. I'm very excited for that, and I'm really praying there's not like I gotcha, I'm actually working against you again. I don't
Charles, you thought I was on your side. I've just come to steal your X-Men from you again. Maniacal laughter.
Right? If like in the final season of the show they want to circle back to it again, I'm like, fair enough, sure, it's him, whatever. But I would love a couple seasons of them. I'm actually very curious where we, like, who's the leader. We have both Xavier and Magneto on a team together. I don't, it won't be Cyclops, because Cyclops is somewhere else.
They're co-captains.
Yeah, sure. Yes. But no, yeah. I mean, I think the ending is such a good cliffhanger, such a good way to end the season. You called it weeks ago that you thought it was going to be some time travel stuff, and way sooner than I didn't even cross my mind. Like,
well, I mean, the fact that we had so much time travel stuff to begin with, and for a show like this, anytime there's like cataclysmic world-ending events that don't really seem like almost too much happens for the world to just be okay in the aftermath of it. There's got to be some sort of time travel there to set things back into a little bit more of a normal kind of thing.
Well, let me ask you this then, because I also don't know this question.
Yes, Ronan, that is exactly what they did.
Ronan, if you want a link, man, I can send it if you want to talk some X-Men. Although he's seen the first 4 episodes of season 2. So,
oh,
lucky man. Will Gambit
special?
They had an ending there. Apocalypse holds up the cards.
Yeah, he's gonna be a horseman of Apocalypse, isn't he?
That's been the running theory. Again, I know as much as you do outside of the trailers that we are going to be watching here shortly.
Yeah. And then Ronan's just going to look at us and just be like, can't say anything.
Yeah, we'll send it, Ronan. But no spoilers, Ronan. No spoilers. While season 1 was airing, I was very anti bringing Gambit back. In the same way you kind of were for Foggy. It was like it was the same mentality. It would
undermine it.
I was so in love with my favorite thing that they've done this season is how they let grief sit. There were they really the entire season post episode 5, the final 5 episodes are us just grieving and sitting in the loss of what had happened. Every single one, and I think that's going to carry over even to season 2. And I love it so much. I think it's so good. I think it's such a it's one of my favorite deaths in fiction for that reason. But I think depending on how it's done, it feels like it could still have a lot of weight if we are making him a horseman. Yes, he's back, but he's not really bad. He's
not really him. It's like in the same way. It's like, do we really want to compare it to the Flash? But it's like bringing back Ronnie as Deathstorm. It's like it's him, but it's not really him.
Yeah, and eventually I think they find a way of fixing it,
and then he'll just
crew again or whatever. But yeah,
I see it the exact opposite way. Is that I would see it more of like he's a zombie kind of, and he needs to be put to rest properly.
I'd like that. I would.
And then it's almost like them having to come to grips with accepting his death, accepting that they can't change it, that is again a fixed point. Very similarly to how Cable has had to accept that his mom dies, is like no matter how many he tried 200 times to save Madeline, but he couldn't. which is again a crazy statistic for him to throw out there.
A lot of times.
But I think that is something that they might have to learn, and the X-Men, but also more specifically, I think it's going to be again kind of a Rogue story. Is she's going to again have to fully accept the fact that Gambit is gone, and even if if she's got a chance to see this version of him, it's not really him to begin with.
Yeah, that's fair. Speaking of seeing people, Ronan's here. Hello, Ronan.
What's up, boys?
Our
How's it going,
X-Men
man?
Guy right here. Seen the first 4 episodes early, you lucky son of a gun.
I know, I was very, very fortunate. Although, asked my editor, and I was just bugging the hell out of him. Like, hey, dude, I'm going to Comic-Con next month. I don't want that stuff surprised. So if you get early, let's cover it and review it. And so we did. But yeah, you guys aren't ready. But I'm happy. I'm happy that Taz finally caught up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, he finished season 1.
Yes. Woo! I'm so glad in the nick of time.
Yes.
In the nick of time.
I do like how we kind of managed it. How we can just go one and the other. And I'm curious, Taz, because like to carry over to kind of our conversation, if we do bring him back, I think it might be a little easier for me because I've had almost 3 years now, like 2.5 years since the show has went off the air, and it feels longer. You've just watched it, like you just experienced. You don't have the same
right. It would feel very fast, I guess, because I haven't let that sit as long.
Yeah.
Huh. So that will be interesting to see how it individually impacts us if this is what happens. Let's preface this as a big if. But again, it does seem like generally this is the direction that they're going. Again, if we could call the time travel as early as I did, I think Horseman stuff is fairly likely. Sure. I'd be willing to bet. I'd bet 1 Dexter pickle.
We don't get much Wolverine this episode.
No.
He's kind of in his coma. We do get a very sweet morph scene though, where he turns into Jean and professes his love for him, which they did confirm for him. He meant what he said about himself to Logan there. Not to say they're actually going to do that, obviously, but
interesting.
It's cool to see some, which I think is very like if you like throughout the season, it's like, oh, clearly Morph has a thing for Logan. Like the scene in like episode 3 when he's like, "Let me scratch those like hard to get places, Logan." I'm like, oh, all right, he's walking into the shower. I'm like, all right, buddy, taking a swing there. And he turns into like Sabretooth and like wrestles with them, and those like, okay, there feels like some undertones there.
I did not pick up on that. That's funny.
So here's what's ironic, Taz, is that like Darren, yes, that is valid, but here's a weird thing. Bodemayo, the guy who showrun the first season, from what we've been hearing is that was his intent, that Morph has a thing for Wolverine, which that's valid. What's ironic is that the actor who plays Morph doesn't see it that way. He sees it as a way that like that's just me, and what's ironic, well, not ironic, but like it's fascinating because the actor who plays Morph is part of the LGBTQ community. Yeah. But he said no, that is just Morph being a good friend and knowing.
I was gonna say I saw it more of like almost like a brother like dynamic.
Interesting.
I can see it both ways. That's the thing. Yeah. I see it both ways.
Okay, interesting.
Again, I don't think they're ever actually going to act on that storyline, obviously. Like, I'm not like, they're going to get no, obviously not. But I do think it's some interesting, if that's true, interesting undertones for Morph as a character that I think would kind of make sense to me. But we'll see.
And so that makes it, what now, 3 versions of Jean Grey in this season? You have Jean Prime, you have Madeline Pryor, and then you have Morph Jean.
Well, that's the thing that, like, if you think about it, OG Jean, if you will, the one who just showed up in this season because they went away for that split moment in Remember It, she smooches on Wolverine because she got the feels, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the beer cigar. But then I love what they did with Wolverine. Is like, no, you're Jean Grey. That's Scott Morris. Those are the rules. And I was like, that is
it was maturity. Kind of like a nice little like Yeah, it was a nice little reference too. I feel like to just like how things were in the in the movies and everything.
I've talked about it before. Like Hugh Jackman Wolverine would never. He would have taken that opportunity in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and he would have stuck his middle claw up at Scott. You know, like that's how he was.
Absolutely.
But that I think has been the thing that I like the most about X-Men 97 is how vastly different it is from the Fox X-Men movies that I grew up on, right? Is for the longest time that X-Men Evolution, X-Men and the Wolverine, or Wolverine and the X-Men, and then the original 90s series, like, bits and pieces here and there, was the extent of my X-Men knowledge. But I feel like in one season, I've learned more about the comic book X-Men than I've learned in the last 20 years.
I get that.
Oh yeah,
this was so deep cut comic booky. Like, you've got to know your stuff, and if you don't know it, research it.
Yeah,
and it's made me go and look at things and research things and figure out what this means, who this is, and this, that. It is such a great example of how to do comic book television right. I think this is Marvel's version of Invincible with great animation. I
can see that of Invincible.
Of what?
Of Invincible.
You sneaky devil. You know what's ironic? That is like, I liken this 97 to me, because you know how much I love this show. You know what I'm doing right now is Marvel's Endor. Like, it's at least the closest thing to it in terms of like they're not afraid with the dialogue. I know. That's why I'm busting his chops. That I'm like, to me, when I'm not getting Endor, I need X-Men 97. I'm like, I need that to like for that type of like pop culture entertainment stuff. But like, yeah, dude, I am. I grew up with the movies and the original 90s show, and it's part of my DNA. Yeah. It's who I am. If you take those things away, I don't know. I'm a completely different person. But having said that, this show, and Ask Darren, we were watching it and like covering it. Was like, how is this show pulling it off? Or like, it's not leaving us behind, and yet it's welcoming new audiences like yourself that, like, in case you don't know that much of the X-Men, you can learn your basic stuff. And like you said, it's been getting you to read books. I am reading a new X-Men book in anticipation for season 2. And I was like, that is the juice of this show, I think.
Yeah. And it's funny too, is because I never thought that I was like lacking X-Men knowledge, again, because I had watched all of these things. I had watched all these animated shows. I'd, played all these games and, read some things here and there. Like, I was like, okay, like I know a bit about the X-Men, but this was like, no, you don't. There's a lot more to learn. There's a lot more to learn.
Entertainment is best when it gives you the thing you didn't know you wanted. Like, I've always been a Rogue fan. She was one of my first like early crushes in life. I didn't know I needed more deeper stuff of her as a character. And what this show does, I think Lenore Zahn should have won an Emmy for this. But then again, that's a whole other conversation of awards in Hollywood. And yet. Again, I haven't seen Evolution. I haven't seen Wolverine and the X-Men, but to me, this is my favorite version.
Evolution was really good.
Yeah, this is my favorite version of Nightcrawler. It's my favorite version of Magneto. Like, it is just, and I think this, this quote unquote redeem Scott Summers in pop culture. Now we just need James Marsden to do it in live action.
Yeah, I think now Cyclops is cool again. And like, I mean, have you seen the voice actors now in Marvel Rivals and stuff like that? And he's doing stuff again. Second time I've mentioned Alex Lee today, but the two of them, doing Cyclops and Daredevil stuff in Marvel Rivals is pretty fun. But
like this episode especially has some of my favorite shots of any animated show. There's like 2 separate shots in this final episode with Cyclops. Like the one, like anytime he's doing like the power beam, he like rips off his glasses and does the like beam struggle.
Optic blast.
So fun.
Literally from the Capcom games. Literally from the Capcom games.
Some of the best animation I simply have ever seen.
The scene where him and Jean are saying goodbye to Cable, and like you get to see Scott's eyes, and Cable gets to see his eyes. Like, oh come on,
it's the line.
That's a tearjerker right there.
Yeah,
it's that line. Those legends, they really didn't do my folks justice, and it's just like Jesus.
Yeah.
It's such a cool, like, going back to just like a couple episodes ago where he wouldn't even talk to his dad. Like, they do so much work in such a small amount of time.
Beat the fraud allegations for sure.
The like stuff where it's like I won't make that mistake again. What mistake? Not saying goodbye. It's like, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. And I think it works that they get separated at the end, because if you just like, oh, actually things are all right now. All right. Sorry, I didn't need to do all that. It would feel a little hollow, but
it's going to be interesting though, is they're separated, but now they're meeting a younger version of him. So all of this stuff Back to the Future time travel rules. Did it really happen? Is he going to disappear? Is he going to remember it? Is it still going to be him, but like him now with those memories? But now that he's got those memories of his parents, is that even going to make him want to do all of the things that he did, which set the events of season 1 in motion? So did season 1 even actually happen, because they time traveled now to season 2, which is the future, but it's also their past?
It's
weird,
like,
right?
Is it like Umbrella Academy rules where like every time they go back they fix the thing, but now there's a new thing in its place?
I think so. Well, again, they're combining Days of Future Past and Apocalypse into one season. Isn't the first episode called like something Days of Future Past? I know you're. Isn't it called like some spin on Days of Future Past? Right. It's like Future Days Gone, or I don't know.
We'll look at the titles once we look at the.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll kind of do some prep stuff. I want to finish the episode itself, and then we can dive into theories for next time and the trailers and stuff. I do just love that whole final sequence with them all fighting Bastion. It's so cool. It's so good. We get a little Mr. Fantastic cameo for Morph as well. He loves those cameos. Not to mention with cameos from like every Marvel hero under the sun. From Spider-Man and MJ,
dude,
Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Captain America.
The Spider-Man one.
What? And that has big implications too, because that means that he completed his quest. So again, I think 90s Spider-Man needs the 90s X-Men treatment. I think we need like Spider-Man. Oh, actually, you know what would be the perfect title for it? Spider-Man 99.
Yeah. Shout out to
but it's Spider-Man 1999. Yeah, Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger. Who knows? Like, I feel like no one pays attention to Cloak and Dagger. They're like, throw him in there. Throw like we had Daredevil in there, Black Panther in there, which is I think it's T'Chaka. I think it's that version of Black Panther in here.
Yes.
Which is very cool. He had a really
I can remember.
Line.
Go ahead, Darren.
He had like a really cool line where it's like, I hope our children pay more attention to the history books than the Bible, or like something like that, where it's like, oh boy, that's a weird line.
That morning, dude, when that episode dropped, I recall, I think I accidentally woke up my neighbors, because me and I was a group reaction, and we were all screaming, we're like, oh my gosh. And I think it was fine because it was like 3:00 in the morning and they were going to work. But I was I remember being like, oh my gosh, the lights went out on the neighbors because I was screaming. And it was, that was
watching
wild.
Again, like watching this show live. Like I'm really glad we at least did somewhat of a weekly thing for you guys. I know we didn't fully do it due to time and stuff, but
no, it was good. This was a great way to watch it versus trying to like binge everything. And I would have probably only absorbed like half of it.
I tell everyone
watching it so quickly.
I tell everyone I recommend like try to at least separate it a little bit. Like even if it's not week to week, like watch one a day at least, because so much of it works if you just have time to like sit in these moments and sit in these things. And while they're not doing the full 9 weeks like they did last time, they're doing at least 7 weeks, which is
that was stupid.
Yeah.
As someone who's seen the first 4 episodes, I still think that like I would have been like, no, you know what, ballsy move. Just do 1 episode, if at most 2. But like, there's no reason why they should be dropping the first 3 episodes on Wednesday. Like, it what worries me, although I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but like Darren, imagine if we got to episode 5, Remember Me, and that was a binge. Imagine we couldn't sit with that episode for a week. It would have like killed the air off the momentum. Like that was they said it, that was their Emmy episode that they were pushing for nominations. And like if it was binge, if they would have dropped in conjunction in the group, it won't have that time to breathe. And like, again, I'm not giving anything away, but like the first 3 episodes, episode 2 is my favorite. And I hope that people give that episode the air and space it needs, because there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff to talk about. And it just breaks my heart because, again, that's just themselves shooting themselves in the foot of like, why do you want to lose a week of relevancy and media thrown at you? I think.
I wonder if there's like a carryover, because it ends like end of August, so we do have a decent time with it. Hello, Michael. But yeah, like we do have decent time with it. But like, I wonder if they're if it's like Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man or like something comes out around that time they are trying to push or whatever. I don't know. But I'm trying to think. I mean, I think we went over all the major things. I feel like Taz is just kind of waiting for us to watch some trailers. I'll say it has. The marketing has been weirdly good. I think it's been a lot better than season 1 was. There's been. I'm gonna show you three trailers today. Like there's been.
Okay.
They've done a really good
ghosts?
job. They've done an extremely good job at marketing. I feel like every other day they've been like posting the episodes on YouTube from season 1. They try and get people excited. Okay. Just today they posted like a recap. They posted a clip today. I don't think we're gonna watch the clip. That feels a little bit too spoilerly. Yeah, we're so close. But let's do.
And then this drops Wednesday into Thursday, or just Wednesday?
I think it's Wednesday morning. I think
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
Okay. I think so. That's how usually season 1 was, which was still my mini to me, but it's whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my only critique with the show. It should be Saturdays. It's a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah. That's true. And that's one of the things I think actually My Adventures does right is like, yeah, it drops like Saturday night into Sunday morning, but like still that's kind of a good
weekend for kids to watch.
Yeah, it's a weekend. Yeah, it's a weekend show. Yeah.
I hope I bump into somebody from the X-Men 97 crew at Comic-Con to be like, yo, did nobody think that a Saturday morning cartoon gimmick should come back in the modern age?
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Oh, this trailer.
All right, Taz. This is the first trailer. This is the official trailer. It came out about a month ago. It was very hard not talking about this trailer when it first came out for your sake mainly. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Let's just let's give this thing a watch. Let me know if you need me to turn it.
It's hard to believe what's not waiting for me. Someone I lost. Someone special.
The X-Men are scattered through time.
Yep.
In the past, from the start of Apocalypse's reign.
Yes.
To the future at the height of his rule.
Great job.
The X-Men. I must strike them at their most vulnerable.
It's Oscar Isaac.
The 1990s.
Hilarious.
Jeez, could have at least bought me a drink first.
Look at that suit.
Yeah.
We gotta get the X-Men back.
Yes, we do.
To the 90s.
Cable.
A battle that cannot be won.
Look at that new Superstorm.
The dawn of an age that cannot.
Was that Colossus?
This isn't just about us. It's about everyone we've lost.
From the beginning of time.
Oh, Deadpool?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Morph, but Deadpool.
Yes.
Right here.
Oh, this looks so good.
Right now.
Archangel?
I believe in the X-Men.
Watch this.
Oh, man. Dude.
We're back, baby.
Oh. That last shot.
Wait, did he have his adamantium claws again? It looked like it.
And that's a straight up homage to the Frank Miller cover from his first miniseries. It's like it's the hip hop like look. And so, Darren, I want to hear Taz's thoughts on this, and then I have to go because I got to take some stuff, and the World Cup's playing, and I don't want to give everybody spoilers. But Taz, what do you think of this?
Dude, this season is going to be insane. Like, we had one big kind of overarching story with like a couple small little things last season. Like, it's a really good story, but we've got now the super, super distant past. We've got the future, and we've got present day all running parallel. And we're going to see how what each team of X-Men in their respective times does affects the other, because it's the stages of Apocalypse, of course, right? As you've got the infancy stage with like Professor X and Magneto in the past, then you've got present day with everybody who got stuck in present day. I can't remember exactly who's still there.
I think it's just Scott and Jean in the future.
Yeah. And then you've got Scott and Jean in the future and everything like that. So it's going to be very interesting, again, to see what rules of time travel they go with as well, right? Again, is it Back to the Future style? Is it more, alternate universe style with, Avengers, Doomsday, or not Doomsday, like Endgame style? Is it like a butterfly effect sort of thing? Is it Legends of Tomorrow where they can make a mistake and it takes time for time to settle and they can, go and kind of correct this mistake and like create all of these different branching timelines? My brain is already hurting thinking about it. And I hope they go as far in on this as they can, because again, this trailer looks so good. And last season was just intense all the way through, and they were not afraid to be very comic booky. The moment where we brought in said that our Jean was Madeline Pryor, and we had all this clones and stuff like that, I was like, okay, all bets are off here. We can do whatever we want. And taking that into season 2, I'm very excited. And I think this might be the best version of Apocalypse that we've seen without even really knowing anything about this version of the character. It just seems tenfold, a million times better. And I think this is going to make everybody realize also, too, once again, how bad X-Men Apocalypse was, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't take this for people to know how bad X-Men Apocalypse
No, but it's going to reinforce that, sadly. It's going to X-force that. Haha.
Well, Ronan, I want you to be able to watch your amazing football games. Anything that you have to shout out before you go?
Yeah, man. First of all, that was great hanging out with you guys. It's been a while since I've joined the show. But yeah, every Wednesday, I'll be dropping my reactions to the show. And every Thursday, I'll be doing a live stream covering said spoilers. So if you boys are free or interested, you're Mikasa Tsukasa.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And then there's other stuff I can't tell you about. Yeah.
If you tell us, you got to kill us.
I know. And then a month, I'm going to Comic-Con. So if you're a geek and want to know stuff, I'll be doing coverage almost daily for San Diego Comic-Con when I go there. So, but yeah, man, I am pumped for y'all to absorb what I've absorbed. Darren, it's your show. It's your call. I would, quite frankly, recommend you just leave it at this for Taz, because there's the other TV spots and stuff they've been showing alludes to more stuff. And trust me, even rewatching it now, I'm like, these guys are crazy for showing some of these shots and alluding to what I already know now. I'm like, these guys are crazy and wild for doing this. But muchachos,
okay, I don't want to know anything else. Then we'll leave it at that.
Muchachos, enjoy yourselves. Great talking to you guys. And
great talking to you, man.
Take care, boys.
See ya, buddy.
See ya.
Alrighty, but yeah, so, it's such a good trailer. This trailer is so good. Polaris seems to be a much bigger part of this season.
We did. I do remember this. I actually vividly remember the Apocalypse episode. which is why it's interesting that they're bringing all of this back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
She wasn't in very much of the original. I think she was only in maybe 1 or 2 episodes, perhaps. But no, great stuff, great trailers. I'm really scared why she's like crying her eyes out here. Which, like, I think like any other show, I'd be like, it'll be fine. But I don't know, this show.
In this show, who knows?
Like, why, like, girl, why are you crying? Why are you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's Jubilee's forced to watch another episode with what's his name? Is it Mojo?
Yeah. Oh my god, there's a Mojo episode in here. I swear to God. Savage Land stuff seemingly in the season. You
yeah.
I think it's around here. Yeah, Morph turns into Wolverine. I'm sorry, Deadpool here, which it is really interesting because they said in season 1 they were allowed to use any character except for Deadpool in season 1. He was the one off limit.
Huh. So they lifted that limit here for season 2?
I'm wondering,
or the fact that Morph is just turning into Deadpool and they're not actually using Deadpool. I'm assuming that Deadpool won't talk.
Even then, I think they just couldn't use him for more. I don't think they could use him at all in season 1, which I'm wondering if it was because of Deadpool and Wolverine, because this came out the same year as Deadpool and Wolverine. Both were in 2023.
Oh, did it? Okay.
So, but still, that's still stupid logic to me. Like Wolverine's in the season. I it's kind of dumb logic to me, but
yeah,
still cool to see him. Always cool to get these cameos and stuff. This whole lineup,
these suits are pretty cool too.
New suits for most of our characters. I wonder where they get them.
Oh, also, is that that's Psylocke in the lineup right there?
Yeah,
behind Jubilee.
Yep, absolutely. Here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna show you the other trailers. I don't think.
Okay.
There's some spoilery trailers. We're gonna watch a roll call. So there was a 1-minute thing they put out 2 weeks ago that was just kind of showing you all the characters that were going to be in the season, all like the major roles. There's some new footage in here, but it's not as bad as like the clips and some of the stuff they put out over the last couple of days.
Okay.
So yeah, this is roll call. Let me.
Also, why does Wolverine have green goo on his claws?
Does he?
What did he kill?
Go back.
Yeah, see, he's got green blood. Is that like robot blood or something?
What's the funniest answer? He killed the Hulk. That's it. Hulk is dead. Hulk killed him?
No, he slashed through some Nickelodeon slime.
Alrighty. We'll watch this. We'll look at those titles, and then we'll go through chat and answer any questions people have.
Yeah.
We're back, baby. We are the X-Men.
Together, we're unstoppable. Plenty of tricks up my sleeve.
Mark Forge.
Oh dear.
Look at that suit.
Yeah, Nightcrawler more. It was Shredder in there.
We are the dawn that breaks his night.
Yeah, that is a cool storm suit. I like that.
I love
soldiers.
Yeah. Are they kind of making an X-Force here? Polaris is great. Magneto. Oh, Magneto looks older.
Together.
Like,
he has a beard
much
now.
older, yeah.
Apocalypse.
Oh, but he's got the
All that is left.
He's got like the Ian McKellen look to him this season. Like with kind of like the longer, more flowy, like red cloak. And the beard is kind of giving him, again, like old Magneto vibes.
Yeah, I think, let me look it up for sure. But yeah, I think they've confirmed X-Force is in this season. I think they've kind of established, with the X-Men's absence, we will see some other teams in present day kind of rise up in their place, sort of thing.
Good.
Let me see. if I just type in X-Force onto...
I'm also very interested to see, where is Polaris from? Is she from present day? Is she from the future? Who knows?
Let me see.
And also, hold on. Because obviously, Magneto, but like, in the comics, her mother's just like a random person. But like for the show, who knows?
I mean, typically she's Magneto's daughter. Typically,
yes, that's what I'm saying. Obviously Magneto's daughter, but like the mother's kind of like a random.
Oh, mother. Yeah,
yes,
I see what you mean. Yes,
like a random person. However, if they allow the time travel and stuff like that, what if it's like Magneto and Rogue's kid or something? That would be crazy, I guess. But I don't know if they'd change things up that much. They don't. It doesn't seem like they're in the habit of changing things that much.
That, and also I don't want them to commit to Rogue and Magneto long term. Like, I liked what we did with it, but if it was like, oh, they're actually fully doing it, I would not be a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
Okay, people want us to talk about these titles, so we'll talk about some titles.
Yeah,
3
that'll
people
be as spoilers we can get.
Yes.
I think I feel like I saved them. Maybe I can't remember.
Yeah, I have them. About 3 people sent them to me in Discord. So thank you to everyone who sent it over. It's very nice.
Thank you, Discord.
And then I want to read a bunch of you guys' comments because I see everyone commenting. I really appreciate all of the support tonight. Appreciate all of you. Okay, here we go. So yeah, 9 episodes this season, which, you know, obviously is a little disappointing. I would obviously love the normal 10, but you know,
well, that means no mojo. That means no mojo episode.
Sure, and you know what? Actually, kind of does even out. Yeah,
you know, no filler episode this season, so that's fine. I'm okay with that.
So yeah, it starts with Days of Past Future.
So that's our Days of Future Past reference. Cool.
Which, you know, we had episodes in the original show called like Days of Future Past. They did that storyline quite a bit. A force to be reckoned with.
Okay, so X-Force, I'm guessing.
Rise of Apocalypse Part 1. So we end Wednesday with a Part 1. So
okay, so we get a cliffhanger at the end.
I'm assuming something crazy happens at the end of episode 3. Yeah, then Rise of Apocalypse Part 2.
But I'm interested, though, to see, because didn't Ronan say episode 2 was his favorite of the bunch?
He said 2 was his favorite.
So that's interesting that it's not a parted episode. Or I guess not a part 1, part 2 episode. So interesting.
Episode 5 is Weapon X, Lies, and DVDs. Wolverine episode, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Maybe that's how he gets his adamantium back or something.
Danger X, which
Danger.exe.
Yes, okay. We did see Danger inside the trailer for like that first trailer we watched. Do you know Danger at all? As a character?
To me, I'm thinking this is like the Danger Room because a .exe is a program. So that kind of to me ties back into the Danger Room, or I know we kind of joked about it, but even like Mojo and like games and stuff like that. Like that's a .exe is an executable file.
I know a little bit about Danger, the character, but I'm gonna stay quiet because I feel like the show wants to tell that story.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Strange Land, Savage Heart. Clearly a Savage Land episode, which interesting to do a Savage Land episode as 3 like right before the finale, like in the last final 3 episodes of the season. So no, like last season we did part 1, part 2, part 3. We're not doing that this year, I guess. Dead Man's Hand. Dead Man's Hand.
Gambit.
Remember it?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I do.
Remember it. I don't know. And then we end the season with Survival of the Fittest. Well,
doesn't really. I think these later titles, they're good because they don't give away a lot. As I think that those first few, you can kind of deduce what they're talking about. Obviously, Days of Past Future, their take on Days of Future Past. Where is everybody? What's going on? What's going on in the past? What's going on in the future? That sort of thing. Force to be reckoned with, most likely talking about the present. That's like the X-Force establishment and everything like that. 3 and 4, your Apocalypse stuff. Episode 5, a Wolverine-centric episode. Episode 6, your Danger-centric episode. Again, you know about that character. I don't. And then again, these last 3 are a little bit more vague, except for Dead Man's Hand, which seems to be an obvious reference to Gambit. But yeah, I'm very excited to see where this season goes, because again, obviously I just finished season 1, so I get to jump right into things. I am so sorry that everybody else had to wait 2 years for this to come out. But I'm very happy that the wait is almost over. And yeah, I'm excited, and I can't wait to talk about these next week. I think, do we have anything else to talk about next week, or outside of My Adventures?
My Adventures, that's kind of it for the. I mean, what else is there for the next summer? I think summer's kind of. I mean, August. I think July it is kind of just My Adventures, and
I mean we could knock out My Adventures and news in the first 30 to 45 minutes next week, and then talk about X-Men for an hour and a half.
It's gonna be we'll have 3 episodes to talk about. So we'll have. All right, let me just then. You know what? We'll kind of end this by going through a bunch of these comments here.
Yeah.
I'm sure the title of episode 7 is definitely Savage Land. Weapon X and DVDs getting the Adamantium map. Yes.
Yeah.
Have you talked about Avatar season 2? No, and I'm probably not covering it on here because I'm the only one that will have seen it. Although I haven't finished the first episode yet, so maybe I'll make a separate video about it if I feel inclined enough to talk about it. Could Deadpool be in season 3? Possibly.
Perhaps.
I don't need Deadpool though. I like Deadpool, but I don't need him to show up in the if he does, he does. But all of these episodes, comic titles / or episode titles from the 92 show. Rise of Apocalypse is an Apocalypse Origin mini 92 episode with yes, all referencing stuff previously. Danger is a very angry character. That's all I'll say. Yeah, I know the concept of Danger as the character. I don't know really much about her outside of that. Season 1 titles on VHS, season 2 on DVDs. Ooh, that's a good point.
That's a good pickup. I like that.
I agree. Taz has to watch X-Men 92 now so we can learn some
I've seen bits and pieces of it. That was one of those things, again, as a kid, I would watch episodes when they were on, but I never sat down and watched it all the way through. So that might be something that I have to do now. After season 2's over, go back and watch everything. And then I did watch that finale episode before going into 97. So
I'll guess Polaris is present day. That would also be my guess.
That'd be a good guess. Yeah.
Are you guys doing episode reactions in this channel? It'd be fun. I don't have that planned currently, but we'll be talking about it every week, and I'll most likely be on at least some of Ronan's streams as well. Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, if there's, I'd be down. If there's enough, want for it, maybe we do something for the finale.
Maybe.
Maybe
I'm
do
that kind of stuff.
Does anybody do watch parties in our space? Kind of sync up the timer. Hey, the episode dropped. Now we're gonna all get on at the same time and watch it, and we can all kind of live chat about it.
Doesn't happen a lot, but we've done stuff previously of that nature.
Okay, so maybe if people are, if you guys are interested, maybe Darren and I can set something up like that towards the finale.
Maybe finale week. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Emma Frost is voiced by someone. Oh, okay. Emma Frost. We're getting new Emma Frost. But yeah, she was also in that trailer. Very exciting. Speaking of Mojo, today is David Jr.'s birthday. He's voiced Mojo, Gladiator, Leech. Oh, well, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Happy birthday. Trying to see him through if I'm not just entering every.
No, you're good.
It could be a back and forth thing showing all 3 time periods with Bishop for. Yeah, that's how I kind of assumed it would be. Unless that would actually kind of justify the 3-episode drop for me if it's like episode 1 is in the past, episode 2 is in the present, episode 3 is in the future kind of thing. Like that actually would kind of be sick if that's what they were doing. But
hold on. Let me pull up these titles again. That actually might make sense. Hold up, you might be onto something.
Days of future.
Days of past future.
So if that's future.
That is the future episode, yeah. First episode is the future episode. A Force to be Reckoned With, which means it's the present day episode. And then Rise of Apocalypse, part 1 and 2 are the past.
That could be past.
That's... I like
that's
that.
A good theory.
I like that. Who's
like
Serenity?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. I like that theory. We're gonna hold you to that one. I think you might be onto that one.
Are we likely to see Gambit as a horseman? I think it's pretty likely. Someone else said it in here, but
the odds are in your favor.
Who else do you think might be a horseman? Because there's typically 4 typically.
Yeah, I would say Archangel.
Well, Archangel's basically confirmed at this point. Yeah, right? Due to him being Archangel.
I mean, what are we gonna just go off the X-Men Apocalypse movie? We could get Psylocke.
Mm-hmm.
So like new character. Oh, I guess that'd be a lot of new characters.
We know Colossus is in the season. He's like there's that shot in the trailer. He's like crying. So maybe.
Yeah. Any like OG X-Men you think, or like core X-Men characters that would be a horseman? Oh, maybe Sunspot.
Could be Sunspot. I could see that.
Maybe that's why Jubilee's crying her eyes out.
Ooh, I could see that.
Somebody that's like a little bit more closely tied to the team. That would be pretty cool.
Who do you think is the first X-Men villain in the MCU? Magneto. I think Magneto.
Jean Grey.
Or just like the government. No, don't do Jean Grey. You madman. We can't do that again. Not this early. But yeah, it could also just be the government. Could be like,
the man.
Yeah, like we have a Gyrick or one of those guys could be the villain too if they want.
Yeah. Peter Dinklage again.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Give me 90 Spider-Man back. I want to see how he found MJ. You can't tease X-Men or not. I do need to actually watch the 90s Spider-Man. I started it.
But you've not seen the 90s series?
We started it after the show because I love the show so much, and I ended up dropping it. And like my reasoning was like, okay, it's going to come back someday, so I'll watch it right before the show comes back or whatever. But
I rewatched it like maybe 5 or 6 years ago now at this point, so it's been a while. I remember watching it. You guys remember back in the day before we had Disney Plus and all of these great streaming services, and sometimes you had to sail the 7 seas to watch these cartoons. That's where I rewatched this. 90s X-Men back in the day.
I would have loved. I want to go through it, especially we're getting Brand New Day this year, which is like a Man Spider episode with Punisher in it. Like it feels like a good year to do it. I did see that. I have seen that one. That one's good. Will Gambit return? Maybe.
Gambit will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Rogue will be an interesting choice for a horseman. It would be different as she never was one in the comics, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let me bring up one photo before we wrap up. One, I guess, kind of going backwards to the finale itself. But there's a shot of the trailer that we dissected quite a bit back when the episode first aired. But we get this board at the end of episode 1, where Forge is trying to put together a potential new team of mutants in the absence. So we kind of get a good look at some of these other characters. We get Iceman right there. He's MIA.
Yeah.
I really want Iceman back. Iceman did like one episode of the original show.
Oh, interesting.
And it was kind of like, yeah, he, showed him he had left the team, but he'd come back. I really like Iceman. I think Iceman's really cool. Havoc is, he may or may not have been in the trailer we just watched. So we know he's in the trailer. Colossus is in this season. Scarlet Witch being off-world is interesting to me.
Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver both being off-world.
Yes. Which, no confirmation if they're in this season or not. I would like them to, with the story they're telling.
Magneto's other children.
Yeah, they're also in only one episode of the original show. And I think with the arc we've given Magneto of like turning over a good leaf, because kind of in that show with those two characters being like, yeah, we don't want anything to do with you. You're this horrible person. Like we don't want to associate ourselves with you. So
yeah,
I would love whatever. I'm just like, oh, you're good now. Can we trust you that? Or I
would love to.
Cool.
I would love to see actually all of Magneto's kids interacting. That would be
awesome.
That'd be fun.
Be very fun. Shadowcat, Kitty Pryde, obviously.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we've ever seen Kitty Pryde in this continuity.
No.
At least in present day, like actually on screen and stuff. So again, I also don't know if she's in the season, but I would love if she could make some sort of appearance before the show's end. I'm trying to.
Who is Dust?
I don't know.
Dust and Exodus, I don't recognize.
Mm-mm. I'm not. As much as I wish I was, I'm not an X-Men expert, and I wish I was.
You're not an expert.
Yes. All right, let's go through these final bits of comments here. Lots of anime is coming if you are into such things. Plus, Legally Blonde. Yes, Legally Blonde is coming out here soon. I'll probably watch that, but I have my concerns. I don't know. We'll see. For what I can find, episodes drop 3 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, no, I'll be waking up bright and early. That was my favorite thing.
Gosh.
Like I don't really eat cereal anymore as like an adult over these last couple of years, obviously. But like through the run of that show, I would like get up early, grab a bowl of cereal like it was Saturday morning cartoon.
I guess we're not doing a watch party now. I thought these were like 9 p.m. drops.
No,
3 a.m. drop.
They're not that you have to watch them at 3. I don't watch them at 3 p.m. I
obviously
wake up at like 9, 10 and be like, all right, Mom, let's watch it. So
yeah, I'll watch it like at halfway through the day during my cardio session. These are good like cardio episodes because it's like a 20-minute episode. I just watch it while I'm walking on the Stairmaster. It's pretty easy.
Magic as a horseman? Yeah, I think Magic is also in the season. Like,
interesting.
I think she's in that scene with Colossus. So
okay.
Which, by the way, actually, can I pull it? I don't know if I still have it. There's a shot of her in that trailer, and it's literally just Anya Taylor-Joy's face.
Wait, really?
Like her. Yeah. Let me. Do I have the trailer? Hold on. I'll pull it back up really quickly because it's really funny.
Good. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I actually still have never seen New Mutants.
Really? Okay.
Is that blasphemous to say?
No, of course not. It came out like during COVID or like around COVID. It didn't get great review. I kind of think it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I kind of like New Mutants. I think it's really fun, but I'm not gonna say you're like wrong for having not seen New Mutants.
Oh, fake fan. I'm an X-Men LARPer. Sorry.
That was the last proper too. It was like the last of the Fox era until
it was
Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Is this it? Is this the shot? Yeah,
I remember seeing X-Men Dark Phoenix in theaters back when that came out. What was that, 2019?
Yeah, this shot right here. That's just Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, yeah, it is. Huh.
Which, honestly...
Is she supposed to be dead?
That's the implication, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then hold on, can I find the shot with Colossus again? I don't know what time.
Oh yeah, I think that was a little more mid trailer, maybe.
Let's see. Colossus, come out, buddy. Where are you? I don't know.
Also, it's interesting that Gene created telekinetic Wolverine claws.
Yeah, okay. I think this is magic here. So
yeah,
I guess spoilers. So yeah, I guess that makes sense then if she is an if she is a horseman.
Is a horseman, yeah.
And then yeah, maybe he joins up with our crew to like, all right, we gotta save her or something. I don't know. If he can get his hands on them, Polaris, Wolverine, and Gambit, where all the horsemen once at different times would hit hard if all the horsemen were X-Men this season. Wolverine would be a choice. That'd be interesting. I don't know how they would do that.
Ooh, what if that's what we're? Ooh, maybe. What if that's the trade to get his? What if that's the trade to get his adamantium back though?
He dies. He dies trying to get it back or whatever.
No, I think that's the deal. I think he takes maybe he takes a deal with Apocalypse or something.
Would he do that though?
I don't know. Maybe not willingly. Maybe not willingly. But he, maybe accidentally does or something.
Yeah. I could see that. I don't know. Government, aka Trask. Yeah, I could see all that for sure. Get back here, Shocker, Shadowcat. Exodus would be interesting. Iceman's one episode had X Factor in it, including. Oh, okay. So yeah, I can see that. Not familiar with Dust at all. Dust is comic only. She is really cool. Part of the new X-Men comic. She can turn into sand and become a sandstorm.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
The only X-Men that could defeat Darth Vader.
I understand that reference. I know we're getting MCU Scorpion Brand New Day, but your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man games. Yeah, I love
that. Was good. That just unlocked a core memory from last year.
He was sick. He stabbed through Peter's chest. He almost. Oh my god, he was sick.
He was very cool.
I'm excited for that to be back. Wolverine has to be a horseman in the comics. Okay, all right. Again, I'm down if it makes sense. From the comics, Gambit is death, Wolverine is war, and Polaris is. I could see Polaris too. I think I'm pretty sold on my magic Polaris Gambit, and then fill in your fourth option as you will.
Yeah.
But
poor Darth Vader.
Yes. Well.
Poor little Annie.
Do you have any final thoughts on this or anything else that we've talked about today, Taz?
No, man. I think I'm gonna leave it there. I think I've theorized enough. I'm ready for this season to come out. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Again, I'm very glad that we did what we did leading up to it.
Yes.
So I'm very grateful for you for, putting together the schedule for me and keeping me on track, keeping me honest, making sure I didn't go, I didn't read too far ahead or anything like that. So thank you. It's it all worked well. I think I enjoyed my time with it, and it's making me very excited for this season. I can't wait to talk about it. Can't wait to talk about it live with you, with everybody. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm super hyped that it's I think I was so distracted by your journey through and being able to rewatch it. It's now I'm oh, it comes out in 2 days. Holy shit. We're here.
Yeah, you kind of gave yourself something to kind of tide you over a little bit. So as much as it was for me, it was getting you back into the X-Men mode too, I feel like.
Oh yeah, it was I wanted to cover it again, probably more than you, because I was just so excited to have the weekly discussion.
You're just it's time. It's coming back.
Here. You got anything that you're working on, Taz? Anything you're putting together?
Nothing at the moment. I might clip some stuff from the stream this week. I did finally get my Backrooms and Obsession video up.
Yes, you did.
from the stream clips over the last couple of weeks. So that is live on the channel currently. Like I said, might take some stuff, put that together into a video here soon. And also, we've got some new games coming out. It's about to be July. So that means Black Flag Resynced comes out in, I think, 9 days from now. And then Halo Campaign Evolved, the remaster or remake, rather, of the original Halo 1 campaign coming out at the end of the month. So, you know, be on the lookout maybe for some videos on those. Maybe at least just like a short little gameplay review when those both drop. And yeah, youtube.com/ToxicTaz.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, go check that stuff out. We'll be back next week with more stuff. Yeah, obviously X-Men 97 next week. I was like, what's next week? Oh yeah, the thing we were just talking about.
The biggest thing. Yeah. Next week is the week.
It's the week. Yes, we'll be talking about episodes 1, 2, and 3. My Adventures with Superman. Maybe I'll do a little segment on Avatar just to be like, hey, here's my base thoughts if I don't end up making a whole video on it. I don't know. I gotta see where I'm at with it. And then Pipeline this week. Pipeline. We got Supergirl. So if you want to hear us yap about Supergirl for a longer amount of time, my friend Connor's on the show this week. Great episode. Shout out. Let me actually pull up their YouTube really, really quickly because I want you guys to see their channel exactly. I did a collaboration this week with the boys from the Out of Time Film podcast. Obviously, last week we posted our here we go. We did our episode on Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then on the other boys' channel, we talked about Toy Story 5. I've worked with these guys for many years now. They've been on Pipeline many times, and they finally allowed me over on their channel. So if you want to hear me yap about Toy Story 5, here it is. Go check out their channel. Nice. Shout out to them. Very, very nice fellas. I love having them on, and I hope that I can go on theirs again. Yeah, that's about it for me. That's all I got cooking. We got, again, these next couple months, insanity, so many movies, shows. It's a good time to be fans.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, we talked about it for about 30 minutes earlier, so you can just go back in the stream and watch us yap about that for a bit.
We should start timestamping stuff.
I should.
Eventually.
I should.
Or if anybody has the timestamps, I can give it to you actually right now. We start talking about it around an hour and 29 minutes into the stream. So go back to the hour 29 minute mark, and then you'll see our thoughts on My Adventures.
Absolutely. All right, fellas, great chatting with y'all. We'll check y'all later.